Hi, it's Tony Marino, host of the super popular Newsmax Daily Podcast, a rundown of the day's top headlines and top highlights of Newsmax shows and interviews you may have missed, plus some sports, stock markets, and even some yucks, all packed into about 20 minutes. Search for the Newsmax Daily with me, Tony Marino, on your favorite podcast platform, and check out our entire lineup of great podcasts, including Greg Kelly, Rob Carson, and Jerry Callahan at newsmax.com/listen.
Now, you are about to hear the most interesting, informative, thought-provoking, and funny show in America. On air and on the World Wide Web. This is the Rob Carson Show.
And by the grace of God, it is finally Friday, and I give you our president.
Many of you in Congress worked very hard, both sides, this year to keep the promises that you were elected on, to deliver big wins to the American people, and Democrats worked very hard too. I mean, I think you could get rid of a couple of your little policies like men and women's sports, open borders, transgender for everybody. But other than that, I like what you do.
No, not really. Brand new from Jim Gossett. On a Friday.
Oh, here comes MAGA Claus, here comes MAGA Claus, right down MAGA Claus Lane.
2026 going to be great.
Bringing glee to you and me while liberals are in pain. The swamp is shaking, how they're quaking, they are under attack. America is filled with hope, cause MAGA Claus is taking it back.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, here comes MAGA Claus, here comes MAGA Claus with tax cuts galore.
We're his little elves.
Gas prices, they're much lower than they were before. Thanks to Trumpers, border jumpers, they are getting what's due. If you're here illegally, then MAGA Claus is coming for you.
That's right, that's right.
MAGA Claus is coming for you.
There you go. Yeah. That's a nice way to start the show today. Welcome to it. Please come inside. We've got a loaded show for you today, including Tony Kinnett's going to join us at the bottom of the hour. Mary Walter next hour. Christian Toto later in the show. New comedy, of course, from Jim Gossett, among other things. And as I am wont to do, I know we've got a million things to dive into. We got a million things to dive into, a million stories, but I think I'll start things off with some good news. And for that, we need our winning jingle.
To win. Winning, so much winning. It's lots of winning.
Lots of winning, lots of winning, lots of winning, lots of winning, lots of winning.
It's oh so good.
At the Redneck Christmas Parade, I guess this is in Louisiana, they talked to a bunch of the participants about the economy.
I like the economy. I love the gas. We have some of the cheapest gas right now with the gas prices coming down lower. It should transfer over to food prices and other items eventually. And I'm loving it.
Since Trump's been in, the gas is going down. Everything's getting better.
That's right. Hell yeah.
All these criminals that come over from other countries. I think it's great. I think you ought to run again.
There you go. That sounds like a family reunion in my house. It does. It really does. Steve Moore, he was on CNN, and Abby Normal is the host over there, and he delivered some bad news for him. Here's the thing that's going to have to happen next year. We're going to have to get the good news out despite a vacuum of any good news in the media. The media is going to, no matter what we say, no matter what Donald Trump does, obviously, in case you haven't figured it out by now, they are going to take away from it as much as possible, but it is becoming unmistakable.
Yeah, what the press secretary said is absolutely true. Almost every single indicator on the economy is really strong. I mean, we've had 4% economic growth. The average family after inflation, after taxes, is $1,200 richer than they were at the start of the year. We used to measure inflation. The one barometer we always used was the gas price. That's down by about 30%, the lowest in 5 years. We have all this capital coming to the United States.
I know.
The economy, in my opinion, as an economist, is really set up for a booming year in 2026, and yet, the public doesn't they're not seeing the love, and I don't know why. I can't explain it.
Yeah, it's because every day the Democrat Party is C-blocking. I'll just use the word C-blocking. Everything positive coming out of here, and then of course they come up with the next thing, the next big thing. The next big thing is going to be that the Obamacare subsidies are going to end. The Democrat Party wants the Obamacare subsidies to end so Americans suffer like they did during the shutdown. That's what they want to do. They want nothing to do with fixing Obamacare. They want nothing but those premiums to go up so they can pin it on Donald Trump. That's the next thing I'm just going to tell you. You already know it. You already know it. They aren't going to vote on anything, no matter how good it is. Donald Trump comes up with some sort of solution for Obamacare, and it has to be fixed because it's a Charlie Foxtrot. It's a major Charlie Foxtrot. It always has been. It's a joke. It's a ripoff. It's a scam. Tens of billions of dollars being bilked through fraud, among other things. By the way, fraud's going to be a big part of the show today because there is fraud. Our government is worse than the Soviet Union. It is worse than the Soviet Union. It's like the Soviet Union if they had $6 trillion or $7 trillion to just steal. That's our government. State, federal, 99% Democrat, certainly a lot of Republicans involved, but mostly Democrats. Certainly with COVID, what they did was they blew up the size of the government so they could steal. That's it. They just loaded up a Brinks truck, dumped it off in the Treasury, and the Democrats went in with their bags and just filled them and filled them and filled them and ran out like they were looting, a sneaker store in L.A. during the Black Lives Matter riots. That kind of thing. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like that. So that's what they're going to try to do. Oh, here's something kind of fun. The Trump administration's new quarters. They're going to have some new quarters, So I saw this Trump's new quarters. I'm like, what, is he going to move somewhere else? What the hell? No, Trump's administration's the new quarters for next year because it's 250th anniversary of the country. I was a little kid when the 200th anniversary happened, and they had the new the 1776 quarters. They're still in circulation, right? We got a lot of those. Well, now they're going to have a whole bunch of them. And what they got here's what they're going to feature in it, and it's going to cause the left's head to explode. The Pilgrims and the Mayflower on one of them. The people who came here and spread disease and stole the land and stuff. Although most of them just died of diphtheria and starved. But anyway, Pilgrims and the Mayflower are going to be there. George Washington and the Revolutionary War. How cool is this? Thomas Jefferson and the Liberty Bell. Oh, my God, he's a slaver. Oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. James Madison and Independence Hall. I'm talking heads or tails here, by the way, in case you're wondering. Abraham Lincoln and a quote from the Gettysburg Address. And you want to hear the pièce de résistance? If you are a left of center liberal, you're all left. If you're a Democrat, you might want to duct tape your head. Because the Treasury Department is considering a $1 coin for the 250th anniversary of America with Donald Trump on both sides. Oh, hell yeah. I am going to get rolls of those coins just to have them. Just to have. I might even, like kitchen floor, I might even tile it with those coins. I swear to God. So $1 coin with Donald Trump on either side. Are you kidding me? I'm going to hoard the hell out of those coins. That is going to be amazing. That is going to be, oh my God. That is going to be amazing. Here's some more good news. This is Caroline Levitt shredding Caitlin Collins on the economy because the Democrat Party never covered how terrible the economy that Joe Biden had. And I told you, every metric of quality of life just was destroyed during the Biden economy. I'm not letting you forget about it. I lived it. I was in the middle of it. I suffered through it. I lived in the wrong side of the tracks and saw how people had to come back and work. I told my stories about the older people coming back, having to work at a grocery store, work themselves to death. How hard it was to sell cars. I went from 22 cars a month to 7. Price of everything going through the ceiling. 9% inflation 1 year cumulative. They say 22%. Oh hell, it was higher than that. Price of a house twice as much. The median age to buy a new home went from 32 or 33 to 40 years old. Interest rates on a home tripled. Rent went through the ceiling. In a lot of cases, a third or even twice as much. as it was before. Unbelievable. So here's Caroline Levitt.
Mixed signals in terms of what that looks like. But on inflation is down from where it was. As measured by the overall CPI, it has slowed to an average 2.5% pace. This is down from what the president inherited. The president inherited 2.9% in January. Today it's at about 2.5%. So we're trending in the right direction with more to come. And I would remind you, when President Trump left office in his first term, inflation was 1.7%. And the previous administration jacked it up to a record high 9%.
Yeah.
So again, in 10 months, the president has clawed us out of this hole. He's kept it low at 2.5%.
Why did you cover that there, Caitlin? How do you spell Caitlin? Is it as many spellings as Megan?
We believe that number is going to continue to decline, especially as energy and oil prices continue to decline as well.
Maybe it wasn't high under Biden. They're just saying it's not.
Well, nobody reported on it being high under Biden. My predecessor was standing at this podium, but now you want to ask me a lot of questions about it, which I'm happy to answer. But I will just add, there's a lot more scrutiny on this issue from this press corps than there was. Well, and the previous administration said that too. My predecessor stood up at this podium and she said inflation doesn't exist. She said the border was secure. And people like you just took her at her word, and those were two utter lies. Everything I'm telling you is the truth backed by real factual data, and you just don't want to report on it because you want to push untrue narratives about
So you can just kiss my Merry Christmas butt. I love it. Oh, Dig Baby Dig, check this out. One other good story here. Then we're going to move on to the Benny Thompson. He got called out on yesterday on CNN for saying something so incredibly. It wasn't stupid. It was just evil. Utah company discovers a treasure trove that could end China's stranglehold on critical minerals. Iconic Minerals Technologies found a host of minerals in the clay of the land it had been leasing, according to the Wall Street Journal. And this is in Utah, by the way. 16 different types of minerals. They drilled nearly 600 acres to a depth of 100 feet. Said there's still much more to explore. We know this is a sizable deposit, and we know that we are just scratching the surface. You can't make a vehicle without these things. You can't make a fighter jet without these metals. According to the chairman or whoever, one with the company, China holds a near monopoly on the critical minerals market, supplying nearly 90% of rare earths minerals. So here you go. This is about karma. This is the Trump administration coming in and gutting this awful deep state in a combination with the glory of our natural resources we're going to be able to use. This is going to be an amazing next 3 years, and next year is going to start it off. And the Democrat Party is not going to win the midterms. I know many of you don't believe that. Blah, blah, blah. Bullcrap. I will explain why later in the show. Let's take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show.
Oh, there's no place like jail for Kelly to stay. Alyssa Slotkin should be there too. Their sentencing will be a happy day, 'cause they broke the law and they will get their due. I'm watching Jason Crow on CNN. He is looking scared, trying hard to dodge the FBI. Miss Houlihan looked nervous. She was unprepared. I will be delighted when they're all indicted, 'cause there's no place like jail for those six to stay. In cells where all of them should be. A court-martial, it could come any day. Lock Mark Kelly up and throw away the key. Adam Schiff's scared, and he ought to be inside of a cell. He's gonna see Pencil Neck is going to jail. Fight on his mortgage not one time but twice. Get a good lawyer, that's my advice. Pencil neck is going to jail. Leak classified information to the New York Times. Schiff will be prosecuted for his so many crimes. His Senate seat will be taken away. Adam Schiff, he's gonna pay. Pencil neck is headed to jail. Watch Adam sweat. A lengthy sentence he'll get. Pencil neck, he's headed to jail.
Shake, shake, shake your menorah, put it up with pride. Tell Hamas, you can't run and hide. Show all the haters like AOC. You and the squad love the enemy. My menorah has candles, more candles than I can handle. It's displayed on my table to show Hamas we're ready and able. You're out of line, Hamas. You're out of time, Hamas. Israel's win, your loss. You're gonna pay a big cost. You're out of line, don't believe you. Hey, Sleepy Joe, don't believe you. Shake, shake, shake your menorah for the world to see. Israel you're supporting, unlike NBC. Light all the candles, let them shine brightly, because soon Hamas will be history.
The Rob Carson Show podcast is everywhere. Go to newsmax.com/listen for details.
Well, I think right now they're orienting themselves completely in relation to Trump. They have Trump opposite syndrome. So Trump says build a wall, and they say open the borders. And Trump says, well, let's crack down on crime in D.C. And they say, don't touch our crime. We want our crime. And so now when Trump says, well, you've got this huge scandal in Minnesota, and a preponderance majority of the defendants are from Somalia. Tim Walz comes out and says, "Let's have more people from Somalia. That's what we want." So I think they're orienting themselves entirely as the opposite of Donald.
That is Byron York echoing something that I've been saying for months, which is they are only here, the Democrat Party, only here to do the opposite of what Donald Trump does, just to play devil's advocate on everything, on every single thing, and every week there's something new. This is another one of the things that I've been saying, that every week it's like a punchline on Seinfeld. You ever watch Seinfeld? There's a rhythm to it. In any sitcom, there's a rhythm to it. There's a boom, ba boom, ba boom, chi, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, chi, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, chi. Comedy is music. Music is comedy. Music is math. Comedy is math. You have to understand this. This is I'm just going to do a little learning. I'm going to give you a little learning session here about that. But that's what it is. Music is math. Comedy is math. And there you go. So this is what the Democrats are doing. Every couple of weeks, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, chi. Signal gate. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, chi. No king's protest. Where'd those go? Is he still a king? Is he still a king? Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, chi. Government shutdown. Donald Trump wants to, make everybody poor. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, chi. Epstein. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, chi. And whatever it's going to be next. Ballroom. Boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, chi. There you go. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. The next thing will be the Democrat Party does not want the subsidies extended for Obamacare. They are now cheering against it. They say otherwise, but they're hoping it doesn't happen. They want the premiums to go up. I'm telling you this because they wanted the government shut down too, and they wanted people to miss paychecks. They did. There's no doubt about it. Oh, Duke E. Bear on the Rumble chat says, boom, ba-doom, cheat. There you go. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, I decided to add some texture to the podcast today. Add a little bit different. I normally wear a black or blue or red T-shirt, one of the tighter fitting because you don't want to show off my guns. And today I decided to wear a little top, a little layers. This is from Old Navy. by the way. I got it for 60% off the weekend after Thanksgiving. And somebody mentioned on the chat, is it a Untuck It? And I said, no. And I went to an Untuck It store the other day. And they're very nice clothes. But I will never be comfortable with paying $100 for a shirt or a pair of pants. A suit, maybe. I got one suit that I just bought at Men's Warehouse. And it was more than I wanted to spend. But I got shoes, belt, pants, vest, jacket, whole deal for a great price. But I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to spend $100 for a shirt, you know? And by the way, I also look at yellow stickers when I go shopping. I got a Whole Foods. I've been going to Whole Foods. I know it's earthy and it's organic and all that crap. But in the mornings, they have yellow stickers on stuff with half off. So I get half off fruit and sandwiches and all sorts of stuff. I do, man. I'm like a Walmart shopper. And it's just fun. It is just fun. Here is... let me just explain here real quick. I want to mention this. So the Democrat Party is just the opposite of Donald Trump, no matter what it is. Now they bedded down with terrorists, narco-terrorists. That's their latest thing. They love narco-terrorists. They love Nino Mangione or Luigi Mangione. Nino's a great guy. Luigi Mangione. They love Abrego Garcia. There's a judge letting Abrego Garcia out. God, I tell you, anything to be opposite. They will release murderers from prison. Anything the opposite of Donald Trump. Then we're going into an election year. And there are those who are saying, oh, yeah, the Democrat Party is going to win the midterms because, really? How are they going to win the midterms? How are they going to win it? Is it just because they're the opposite party? Is it just because they're the party out of power in the midterms? Because if that's what you are hanging your hat on, you're out of your freaking nut. A couple of things are going on here. A, Donald Trump's economy is catching fire. It's going to go through the ceiling next year. B, peace around the world, peace in the Middle East, closed southern border, deportations. Americans love deportations. Crime is way, 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 way down. Gas is way, way, way down. And it's going to go further down. Now, here's the other part of the equation. Harmeet Dillon is going after voter rolls, and they're cleaning the voter rolls. And they are going to make states who allow illegals to get Social Security cards. That's going away. To vote, that's going away. They're going to get a rectal exam. So all of the tricks that Democrats have relied on in midterms past are going out the window, in combination with also the fact that it's the 250th anniversary of America. America is back. People are proud to be American. All of this bull crap, woke nonsense, kneeling before where the national anthem is played, etc., is done. By next July 4th, we will be in a fever pitch of love for our country. And the left, which has always hated America, the Democrat Party that hates America, is going to be in the back row. They aren't even going to be a factor anymore. There is going to be so much pride, you'll have to wipe it off your skin when you get home. There'll be so much pride all over the place. That sounded weird. But anyway. And then it's going to culminate on July the 4th with an MMA fight, the ultimate example of toxic masculinity on the White House grounds. America is back. Monster trucks are back. Pro wrestling is back. Rock and roll is back. Country music is back. Woke is out the door. Transgender nonsense. Feminization of men. Masculinity is not toxic anymore. Women don't need to become men. Men are not going to be able to compete in women's sports. All of this nonsense that we voted for a year ago November is going to get swept into the storm drain next year. Now, what is this going to need? We got to get off your butts, and you got to get out and vote, and you got to be vocal, and you got to overwhelm the left with joy and patriotism. That's it. And you don't take any crap from them. And if they get in your face, you get in their face. And enough is enough is enough. There was a Miami elected a Democrat mayor this week. Why isn't it on the cover of every paper? Why isn't it on every website? Why is CNN not leading it? Why is MSNBC not leading it? Because she didn't run as a leftist. And who's moving to Miami and to Florida from places like New York? Democrats. Does it surprise you? That's why they're not saying this is the big blue wave or whatever the hell you want to call it. That's why they're not covering it. They're not covering it. And after the defeat of that lefty in Nashville, I'm telling you guys, but we have to stay on it. We've got to be aggressive. We've got to vote. We've got to hustle. We've got to get people signed up, but we are not going to lose. I'm telling you, overwhelm them with joy and patriotism. Tony Kinnett joins us next. A bunch of RINOs in Indiana he's going to talk about. Hey guys, it's Carson. Normally I wake up at 2:30, 3:30, 4:30 in the morning. A couple of months ago, I was awakened by something unusual for a change. The sunrise. I discovered Beam's Dream Powder. I'm telling you guys, it's miraculous. At night, I have a little shake. I use a banana, some ice, some vanilla yogurt, a little bit of milk, and my Beam's Dream Powder. Chocolate brownie flavor. It's really good, by the way. And it makes you sleep beautifully. Beam is a company founded in America, run by people who share our values, hard work, integrity, and they deliver results. Beam's Dream Powder is a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients shown to improve sleep. It's made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients, reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. So if you've been waiting for the right time to try Dream, this is it. Go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax. That's shopbeam.com/Newsmax. Take advantage of my exclusive offer for up to 40% off. So with my discount code Newsmax, you can get their best-selling Dream Powder for just $39. That's $1.25 per night. So go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax today. That's shopbeam.com/Newsmax today.
Yeah, Breaker 19, this here's the Iceman. You got a copy on me, Pigpen? Come on. I was just passed by a gang of truckers I ain't never seen before. They were yelling out their windows, "Death to America." Yeah, we definitely got the front door. Mercy sakes alive. It looks like we got us an Al-Qaeda convoy.
ICE just arrested a terrorist in a truck. The fact that he ain't hurt no one, well, that's just total luck. He was here illegally for jihad, he is called. Only a liberal Democrat wouldn't be appalled. We got a terrorist convoy here illegally. They could pose a major threat, a threat to you and me. Terroristic truckers wonder what's in their load. Wouldn't be surprised if a rig of theirs explodes. Convoy.
We'll get you on the flip-flop, Pigpen. This is the Iceman. Over and out.
Excess winning, he is spinning out the drug-dealing trade. In the air, bombs are dropping on drug boats. Venezuelans, they are failing to get fentanyl through. And in most every ocean, you'll hear exploding boats, exploding boats, taking out all their drug shipments. But Duro's sad, been hurt bad. Soon he will be overthrown. Bombing boats, their drug boats. More will be blown up today.
Here we go.
Some will say these maps are political. Let me be clear. You're damn right they are.
Let's try that again because I think it's a little bit drowned out here by the music. This is a soundbite. I'm going to light a fuse. Tony Kinnett's fuse, and then I'm going to let him go off. Here, let me light this real quick.
Some will say these maps are political. Let me be clear. You're damn right they are. Political policy is political. Safe streets are political. Look at Indianapolis. Affordable electricity is political. A drug-free Indiana is political. Peace in the Middle East is political. I dealt with it firsthand. If drawing a map that secures 2 more seats for the Republican Party means that we continue to see overdose deaths drop by 20%, then I'll draw that map every single day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
If drawing a map means that we'll continue to see a 93% drop in illegal immigration, then I'll sign it with a smile on my face. We're not here to be neutral arbiters of decline.
Damn.
We're here to be active agents of American greatness.
That is Senate Majority Leader Chris Carson in the state of Indiana, because a bunch of rhinos with no nuts decided to side with Democrats and not gerrymander in favor of Republicans, while the Democrat Party has done everything and will do everything it can by hook or by crook to cheat, steal, gerrymander, etc. Joining us on the Newsmax hotline, as he always does on Friday, Tony Kinnett from the Daily Signal. Go.
I'll tell you, Rob. First of all, I woke up this morning, and I actually got a call from State Senator Chris Carson. I actually got a chance to talk to him a little bit last night. In my opinion, this man should be the next governor of the state of Indiana.
Yes.
I have supported him since he introduced a piece of legislation that I'd actually written a part of, which would free nurse practitioners in the state of Indiana from needing to hold a doctor's hand in order to run a practice.
Yeah.
This is something that I can say definitively. This is a very good man. It's a strong man. It's a correct man.
Yeah.
And yes, gerrymandering absolutely is what the Constitution intended. And how do I say that? Because the Supreme Court of the United States just ruled that the reason Texas's redistricting was legal is because it was not racial, it was political.
Yes.
It is meant to weigh on the state legislature. If you don't give a crap about electing good state legislatures, then you have earned what you get. And unfortunately, in Indiana, we learned that last night.
I got to tell you, I'm looking at some of these statements from a piece. I think this is from, it doesn't matter. Tell me about these Republicans who sided with Democrats and decided to not give Republicans advantage when Republicans are doing the most good nationwide, the Democrat Party, intellectually and morally bankrupt across the country. Tell me about the jackasses who voted against this.
Which one do you want me to tell you about first? The one that I personally paged for when I was in high school, or the one who lied to my face?
Really? Who lied to you?
Really, though. So Senator Kyle Walker, who is over the Fishers area, northeastern Indianapolis, he and I sat down for breakfast a couple of years ago, and he said, I just need some proof that this critical race theory stuff and this gender stuff is going on in schools. And in front of him, I put a binder, because I'm a former teacher.
Yes.
I keep things organized, I keep my data set up, and I handed him receipt after receipt of local Indiana schools in his district.
Yep.
And he then went before the state Senate and said, not only had he not seen any convincing evidence, he'd seen no evidence at all. He is a liar. He is a feckless coward. He has consistently been a lying and feckless coward. And now he's no longer running for re-election because all of his support is gone. The lady that I paged for, Jean Lysing, is the one who had gone around media saying, they targeted my grandson with a mass text message, which isn't how that works. And that's why she said she wasn't going to redistrict. These old codgers, as Kurt Schlichter, our friend, put it on my show last night, these state senators, they just were doing this for fun. They never thought there'd be any work involved.
Unbelievable. What excuse, and I would love to hear, how conservatives and Trump supporters in the state of Indiana are reacting, and how these people are defending their actions.
Well, I received a call at about 10 p.m. last night, first of all, asking if I would consider primarying the state senator in my district. As of right now, we are leaving the door open to that. I have no further comment. But right now, there is a rumor that Turning Point Action in Indiana, which, by the way, is headquartered nationally in Crown Point, Indiana, has raised $15 million already to combat the primary system. This age of red states not doing anything, I think Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida put it the best. If you're a red state and you're not delivering for the people in your state, why are you even Republican in the first place?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly.
And this is going to sweep out a lot of bad legislators here in the state. Already 5 resignation announcements.
Good. What's next? I mean, this is off the table. Is there the possibility of bringing this back next year? Do you know what if there's going to be another opportunity for this?
No.
The
2026 is going to be the way this is, but we will have a chance to get rid of here in a couple of months a lot of these state senators. Now, not all of them, but some of them.
Good.
I think at least 8 are up for consideration. Obviously, that's enough to swing it the other way and come around and try this again after 2026. But it is going to have to wait because, again, these things do have consequences. And that's why I said on the show, I think long-term, what happened last night was a very good thing.
Yeah.
Because as you and I have said, in fact, on your very own couch,
yes.
after you fed me a phenomenal pasta dish,
Thank you.
what I will say is that if people are not devoted and active in their own area of the country, they cannot expect to then turn around and see change at the national level.
Yes. Well, I got to tell you, Carl Higbie had a brilliant monologue. If I get a chance, I'll play a few minutes of it later in the show. And he went off on RINOs and Republicans who have been handed this opportunity after all that we've been through the last decade, including the last 4 years of hell with Joe Biden as the president, and the last 1 year with Donald Trump going through hell with 90 plus criminal indictments, 4 trials, 2 attempted assassinations, attempt to get him off the ballot, all of that. And if these SOBs don't understand that we mean business and we want this damned government gutted and recreated for the 250th anniversary of the country, then they must be swept into the dustbin of history, Tony. And I have a very bad feeling for them, knowing that you live in that state, knowing your connections and your reach. They're going to get hell. Hell is coming to those in the state of Indiana, and you're leading the charge.
I'll say this: I would never assume, command or to lead, but I'll say this: I will gladly stand next to any Hoosier who understands that you expect your state legislator, whether they be representative, whether they be the senator, whether they be the governor, to act in accordance to the real case on the ground. This sitting back in your office and just resting in office easy because you have a supermajority, and every year like the last, and status quo mediocrity, this weird fetish for doing nothing and receiving money for it. We're tired of that because there are real concerns on the ground here, and they're being decided in Congress. Now, do I really want every concern of mine decided in the federal government? Absolutely not. But the board is already set. So either we play to win or we forfeit. There is no third alternative.
Well, there is no alternative at all. We have to win. Let's take a break and come back more with Tony Kinnett. Daily Signal on the Rob Carson Show. Don't go anywhere.
WCBM.
What you did. Madam Secretary, you and the gentleman from NCTC reference the unfortunate accident that occurred with the National Guardsman being killed.
You think that was an unfortunate accident?
I mean,
it was a terrorist attack.
Wait. Look, I'll get it straight. Then you can
He shot our National Guardsman in the head.
Look, Mr. Chairman, will you direct the witness to allow me to ask my question?
Yes. He's asking his question. Oh, my God, that's a member of Congress. Oh, my God. It's not ignorance. It's not, he is an awfully political person, and that he would say such a thing, honestly, he has a darkness in his soul. That's all I could say, Tony Kinnett. For someone like that to say that, an unfortunate accident, a National Guardswoman murdered, and a National Guardsman injured severely, will have to be recovering the rest of his life. This after they're blaming Donald Trump for bringing the National Guard in. That's why it happened. And then complaining that we're somehow, targeting Afghan. They are on the wrong side of history, and that was just the ultimate, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, you just have individuals these congressmen and congresswomen that I've never, ever heard of before at all.
Yeah.
That, again, I've never considered in any way, shape, or form from Mississippi or from Texas, because the worst blue Democrats come from the reddest states.
Yes.
These fools, they get them up in committee, and they're like, you know what? I haven't made national news, and I don't have the capacity to make national news for saying something intelligent. Yes. So I'll get out there and I'll ask a really stupid question.
Yes.
And that's what Benny G. Thompson did. You saw the same from that one lady representative from Texas who also said horribly atrocious things. She justified it, saying, well, people are frustrated. I'm like, yes. I'm frustrated. I go out and murder National Guardsmen.
Yes, the people are frustrated. That's why they're attacking ICE, as they're frustrated. Really, you attack a police officer, say do that sometime, and then say, I did it because I was frustrated, and see how well that treats you. I got to tell you, I'm just so done with this nonsense. I want to see ICE crack some heads, and I want to see these people called out. I think that our patience has worn very thin. I think the American people are 100% behind ICE. If you saw what's happening in Louisiana, you've got people hugging ICE agents in grocery stores, because they're glad to see that that the illegals are being booted the hell out of the country, particularly people in Somalia and whatnot, from Somalia and whatnot.
Well, and additionally, and I think this is probably the most important facet here, is that right now the majority of the country, again, still on the polling data, supports mass deportation.
Yes.
And I'm talking Eisenhower post-World War II levels of mass deportation.
Yeah.
The idea, Tom Homan's frustrated that Kristi Noem hasn't been deporting even more people. I think he has a right to be. I think Americans have a right to want more that are gone, because before we can even begin to solve some of these key economic regulatory issues that we have, illegals that are taking advantage of the system and skewing the data. For example, my producer made this point to me, producer Nick, incredibly great point. I know you're going to love this.
All right.
Have you ever considered the reason the Department of Justice has now canned this disparate impact racial nonsense is because of a possible investigation into illegal immigrants? Mass renting from these major corporations buying private housing in the United States so they can receive tons of federal subsidies? It's a real question.
Yeah. I like to say the left exposes its flank so we can kick its ass. One of the things that we are seeing is that there is massive fraud, particularly in Democrat states across the country, from SNAP benefits to giving people 9 million illegals Social Security cards and the ability to vote, by the way, and they have looted the Treasury, and particularly with COVID. COVID it caused the federal budget to increase by 40%, and the Democrat Party looked at it as a Brinks truck backing up and dumping out its contents on the street for Democrats to pick up. And I think the doo-doo is going to hit the fan. Brooke Rollins saying no to SNAP benefits to states, and then also who don't turn over SNAP information. And then, of course, Dr. Oz taking away Medicaid money from Minnesota. I think next year is going to be the year that the Democrat states get a colonoscopy.
And I think that it's appropriate because, first of all, I have obviously a deep-seated hatred of fraud anyway, but I also despise people that get comfortable doing crime.
Yeah.
I despise that. And by the way, there's an amazing series of studies that have shown consistently that when an organism knows that it is committing theft, you see this in some higher levels of mammals, that the very first time that they take it, they're very careful about it. The second time, they're still very skittish.
Yes.
By about the fourth or fifth time they go to the cheese, it's a slow, waddling, fat man's walk. They get sloppy.
Yes.
And you have these people thinking no one would ever catch them. And we've caught them on the Somalia fraud. Now we're finding more and more and more because all of that stuff leaves a paper trail.
Yeah.
And it is going to come with the hammer if Congress and the judicial system does its job. Now, that's a pretty big if, but it's one that there's momentum for.
We've got to see people go to jail. We've got to see people like Keith Ellison go to jail. We've got to see Ilhan Omar tried, convicted, removed from the United States for all times. We got to see Tim Volz be removed from office and hopefully put on trial because he watched this. He knew it was happening. He put down whistleblowers. People have got to go to jail, Tony. It's got to happen.
I mean, not just any whistleblower. He went after and stripped of authority the legislative auditor of Minnesota.
Wow.
I mean, that's not just some whistleblower. I mean, he basically pulled a Zelensky.
Yeah. Well, people have got to go to jail. That's what next year's got to be all about. I've heard hints of Donald Trump unveiling a lot of new information about the 2020 election theft and other things. So hopefully the feces will hit the fan next year. A lot of serious stuff going on, Tony. We normally are very light on the Friday, but I know you're in the heart of it in Indianapolis, and you are also, like me, you are a serious man with a sense of humor, and that's a deadly combination.
And I'm going to be having a nice stiff drink and playing some piano this evening. I need some de-stress, you know.
All right. God bless you, brother. I appreciate you. And if I don't, well, I'm going to talk to you next Friday. Next Friday is the final Friday before the holidays. I'm taking 2 weeks off, going back to the Midwest, and swinging by Indianapolis to see you, brother.
That's right. I'll see you then.
All right. Take care, brother. And tell everybody where you can find your work.
On X at the Tonus, TheTonus. The rest of the links you'll find there.
All right. Let's take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show. There's a lot of politicians that should be streamers. Seriously, deadly funny dude. Yeah, Tony is. He's really funny. I really feel like we've crossed paths. It's serendipitous. Let's see who's watching. Judy in Canada. What? Hello. Carrie Corley. What's going on? Valentina. You guys on and Rocco 611. I haven't seen you here before. Sportech, I've seen you, but it's nice to see all of you. I heard Dookie Bear, you're going to create a Rob Carson Show fan page. That would be fun. And I've already committed to a Zoom call with you guys. And I wouldn't even mind have recurring Zoom calls with you guys, just because, get to know you and just talk to you personally where you can talk back. As long as you say nice things. Otherwise, I won't talk to you. Let's see what else is going on over here on the, the YouTubeage. America Marcy, what's going on? What are we talking about over here? Aisle 9Q, Jesus said, pray and carry a shotgun. Did he? I didn't write. I think I might have seen that verse somewhere. I'm not sure. All right. Anyway, good to see you guys over there watching. Let's go over to Facebook. Get the Facebook fired up here. Got a great rest of the show. Much more coming up. If you thought the first hour was good, it's only going to get better. Only going to get better. There we are. Who's watching over here on the Facebook? Robert Lawson, hello. We got somebody in Ohio watching. Hold on one second. Where is it? Bethany in Ohio. Hello. Welcome. I'm driving through Ohio. I'm going to be driving through Ohio. How much time are we going to have, Brian? 3:20, okay.
Actually, 3:15.
Okay. 3:50?
15.
Okay. So, Benny Thompson said that the murder of a National Guard soldier and the severe injury of another in Washington, D.C. was an unfortunate accident. He was called out on CNN, gave a non-answer.
She, in the back and forth with you, she called you out. when you were speaking and asking her a question, and you called the shooting and killing of the National Guard member that happened recently an unfortunate accident. You then called it an unfortunate situation. The man is charged with first-degree murder. Congressman, do you believe it was an accident?
Oh, absolutely not. And obviously,
then why did you say it?
I was moving toward the discussion that she could
not. You are full of crap.
Not blame Joe Biden on the situation.
Yeah, because he was the cause of it.
Because she approved this person's asylum application, and that's what.
No, it was approved before
we were headed, and
you're
so
saying you
the
misspoke?
issue is. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. He misspoke. You are such a piece of garbage. My God, he's so full of crap. He's got corn and peanuts floating in his eyes. That's a Rob Carsonism, by the way. So full of crap, you've got corn and peanuts floating in your eyes. I know, whatever, but it's funny. Silver and gold just in time for Christmas. Yeah. Yukon Cornelius, that's what he was looking for. He was looking for gold. He'd take that pickaxe and then he'd lick it and go, nothing. Yeah. Well, it ain't going to happen if you get gold from Birch Gold. You're going to go, oh my God, this is fantastic. I want more. It's kind of a weird analogy, but you know what I'm saying here. Silver and gold right now. If you invest $5,000 in gold from Birch Gold, which has increased $200 an ounce in the last 3 weeks, you're going to get free silver, ounce of silver, a silver round. Give it to the kids, put it in the stocking, make it a gift. Carry it in your pocket, doesn't matter, but it's free. It's free, and it's gone up 60%. Gold has gone up dramatically, too. Time to strike it rich, people. What do you say? What do you say? Central banks are buying gold. It's becoming more rare, and it's going to be much more valuable. And if the last year is an indication, then, man, you need to get a clue. So here's what you got to do. You got to text Rob to 989898. Rob, my name, R-O-B. Very simple. It means to steal. Rob to 989898. Claim your eligibility for this offer because it ends the 22nd, which is exactly 10 days from today. Rob to 989898 for Birch Gold. Mary Walter's going to join us next hour. We had a lot of fun yesterday. Kristi Noem destroyed Democrats on Capitol Hill. Donald Trump grabbed a tanker off the shores of Venezuela. Venezuela will tell you why that was a supremely brilliant move. This man is playing masterful chess. It is remarkable. All of that is coming up. Also, more new comedy from Jim Gossett on the other side of the break. Hour number 2 of the Rob Carson Show. Right ahead. Don't go anywhere.
it now.
You are about to hear the most interesting, informative, thought-provoking, and funny show in America. On air and on the World Wide Web. This is the Rob Carson Show.
This is the Rob Carson Show. Welcome to it. Hour number 2. Mary Walter is going to join us at the bottom of the hour. I got a lot of stories lined up. For her. I'll tell you what, and she sent me a couple today that I didn't even know about. And I usually know about everything because I have no life at all. No life at all. I just work and work and work, and I go home, and when I'm not working, I work some more. So there you go. I got some good stuff coming up for her. By the way, this weekend I'm going to the theater. I was going to go see the Christmas Carol at Ford Theater, right? And I asked someone to go, and she said, "Oh, I don't really want to go." And I went, "Oh, okay." So I let the opportunity slip through my fingers. The tickets were $180, which I've never spent ever for any event. I've never spent $180 for it. I know. At my age, never. I've never paid $180. No, actually, there was a couple of football games. Okay, football games. There were the Green Bay, Minnesota game when I lived in Minnesota. 50-yard line, 3 rows up. I think I paid $300 a piece. But I don't spend that kind of money. So $180. And so I didn't go. And then I go back to the Ford Theater website to buy it, maybe go by myself or something, and they're $1,200 to $1,500. And so, I'm the guy who looks for the yellow stickers at Walmart on sandwiches they're about ready to throw away. You think I'm going to spend $1,200 on tickets? No. So I'm going to this little theater in Annapolis. I haven't been to Annapolis forever. Annapolis is the capital of the state, home of the Navy, drawing a blank on the school, but anyway, it's there.
Naval Academy?
The Naval Academy, of course, the Naval Academy. Thank you. Brian is one of my elves who occasionally, and when Santa Carson forgets something, he whispers in my ear. He's like an elf on a shelf, is what Brian is. So yeah, Naval Academy's there. The Maryland General Asylum is there, the insane group of libtards who run that. But it's a lovely, and I'm looking forward to seeing it at Christmas time. Because I haven't been there in like 12 years. I might swing by Ram's Head, even though I don't drink anymore, and say hi. But classictheatermaryland.org, they still have tickets available. I'll just mention that because they're, and I don't know if I should say this. There are people at the Classic Theater who aren't just liberal, and they listen to this show. So they're cool. Yeah. So Classic Theater of Maryland. I put it on my social media at Rob Carson Show. It's up on Facebook. It's up on Twitter. It's on LinkedIn. I do LinkedIn. I get a lot of feedback on LinkedIn. If you want to order tickets, they still got to feel available, and they're not expensive. I think upper level $65, lower level $85. That ain't bad. And they're a great little theater. So I'll throw that out there. Just wanted to throw it out there. I'm not getting anything for it. I just I want to help them out because I oddly enough, I know you don't believe, I come from a theater and music background. My entire young adult life was spent competing in vocal music and acting and speech. So I am quite knowledgeable in it. Yesterday, Tulsi Gabbard was, not Tulsi Gabbard, Kristi Noem was attempted to be dressed down by Congress, and she ended up making them look like complete morons. Here are a montage of a couple of Karens at the hearings yesterday going after Kristi Noem, even though she's doing an incredible job. DHS is doing an incredible job. For the first time, they're actually doing what they're supposed to do. They shut down the border. They're arresting illegals. They're booting them the hell out of the country. And the Democrat Party is caterwauling because their voting base of illegals, the ones who were bought and paid for with our tax money, are going bye-bye.
American people absolutely trust this department to keep them.
The first voice is LaMonica MacGyver. She's assaulted ICE officers a few months ago.
Safe. And we are showing that every day by the support we get across the country, the amount of people that we're recruiting to all of our different agencies.
Thank you, Secretary Noem. Do you agree that using DHS resources to target members of Congress is an abuse of power?
Excuse me, would you say that
You
again?
would have heard me if you stopped talking and listened to my...
Oh, my God. You're the one who's doing the talking.
Question. Do you agree that using DHS resources to target members of Congress is an abuse of power.
See, she is she's under investigation for assaulting an ICE officer. That's why she's saying that. And you know why she is? Because she assaulted an ICE officer.
We are not doing that. We are out there enforcing the law, doing our work, and we are allowing oversight.
Of course, we're not going to get any answers. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
The lack of respect and regard for the rule of law by this administration, and in particular by this secretary.
No, we're enforcing the law, you dumb brr.
Is at a level that we have never seen and violates all of the constitutional norms and all of the principles.
No, it doesn't.
Of legal fairness.
No, opening the southern border to unvetted aliens, regardless of criminality or disease, that's illegal
in this country. And you're seeing that manifest itself in threats to law enforcement and bubbling over because
you're the ones who are threatening law enforcement. Oh my God, you are so not self-aware. Oh my God. Ooh, I had a little in my temple, just a little Here's Kristi Noem doing a little mic drop action.
I think it's shameful to see the defense of individuals who break our laws.
Yeah.
We are a nation of laws. If we are not a nation of laws, we're no nation at all.
Yep.
And that is what we are doing every day, is following those. If you guys don't like the law, go change it. That's your job.
How about that?
You don't complain. I was raised by a dad who said we don't complain about things. We fix them. Well, go fix them. If you don't like the law.
Well, see, that's what Congress doesn't do. That's what Democrats do. They complain, they caterwaul, they screech, they say Donald Trump is evil, he's a Nazi or whatever, and they do D-word for Richard.
Quit bellyaching, quit hitting and attacking our ICE officers. Quit going out and protesting and screaming vile things at them.
Yeah.
Quit calling them names. We wouldn't let our children do that.
Yeah.
Go do something that actually matters by having an honest debate and changing the law. That's your jobs. You all should be fired, in my viewpoint.
Ooh, baby. And then she left the chamber and she went out and she was assaulted by a bunch of howling liberals, libtards, while she was carrying her grandbaby. She had that 2-year-old grandbaby. I know, she's a hot grandma. Anyway, that said, there were a bunch of these liberals screaming, just screeching at her, and she just kind of looked past them like, whatever, who cares? Didn't even care that there was a baby there. Just shrieking, screaming, terrifying the baby. Didn't even care. You know why? Because the left and Democrats just suck. Then there's this guy, his Congressman Magaziner. His last name's Magaziner, for God's sake. And he decided to bring up this guy who was deported, supposedly, an Army veteran. I want you to listen to this setup, and I'll explain why he was wrong.
Madam Secretary, how many United States military veterans have you deported?
Sir, we have not deported U.S. citizens or military veterans.
We owe everything to those who have served our country in uniform, particularly those who have served in combat. Do you agree with that?
Sir, I believe that people that are in this United States that are citizens have legal status.
He's doing the slow walk setup like he's really going to get her, like what Jasmine Crockett saying. Oh yeah, well, Jeffrey Epstein got money from Republicans. It was a different Jeffrey Epstein, but he got money.
Madam Secretary, we are joined on Zoom by a gentleman named Sejun Park. He is a United States Army combat veteran who was shot twice while serving our country in Panama in 1989. Like many veterans, he struggled with PTSD and substance abuse after his service. He was arrested in the 1990s for some minor drug offenses, nothing serious. He never hurt anyone besides himself, and he's been clean and sober for 14 years.
Yes.
Will you join me in thanking Mr. Park for his
this is just so holier than thou
service to our country?
Sir, I'm grateful for every single person that has served our country and follows our laws.
Can you please tell Mr. Park why you deported him?
He wasn't deported. Can you tell him why he was deported? No, he removed himself.
Been here because this is why people hate congressional hearings, and this is why people don't trust the media, is because the reality is Mr. Park, while he was here, never chose to pursue citizenship. He was here on a green card. Under Obama, that green card was revoked because of drug possession. And ultimately, he made the decision that he wanted to self-deport. That is a decision he made.
Lydia Moynihan over on CNN, she's great. She's like Scott Jennings as a girl. There you go. Didn't even change gender. Didn't even need to change gender. There you go. Here's some good news from Kristi Noem as the DHS secretary. FEMA is no longer political, and it's actually doing stuff.
I want to get to a question,
Can
Secretary.
I say something about FEMA?
Absolutely, you can. Thank you.
The only grants that weren't funded, the individual ones that you were talking about, mitigation ahead, were ones that were weaponized to fund the Green New Deal and for climate change. And those were redirected to true mitigation efforts. FEMA today is deploying resources 2 times faster on average than in history, which means the dollars are going out twice as fast than they ever have before. And the president, as soon as these disasters are happening, is deploying those resources to Republican and Democrat states. New Mexico, Texas, Alaska, they're all getting dollars immediately, and we're responding immediately to our people. I have to actually leave this hearing early because the FEMA Review Council is giving their...
Yeah, the FEMA's doing a great job. They're doing what they should, and they're not avoiding houses with Trump signs in front of them, even though they're suffering, which is what they did. FEMA was a giant, corrupt political organization that was run poorly, and its results were very poor as well, like so many government agencies. Some of them had been driven out of existence, like USAID, because they were so worthless. The same goes with the Department of Education, which is going to follow suit very soon. Let's take a break and come back. This is The Rob Carson Show.
We're sinking vessels, one's loaded with drugs. Mow the boat down with U.S. airstrikes to target the thugs. We think it's time to mow the boats down. Narco-terrorism we won't tolerate. Mow those boats down. Stop your drug traffic before it's too late. Otherwise, we'll mow your boat down. Shape up Venezuela, or we might attack. Maduro, we will take down. Drug boats you're sending will never come back. We'll sink them all and watch the men drown. We know who you are, we'll mow your boat down. Won't get very far, we'll mow the boat down.
Rent-free, in libs' heads I'm living. The fits I am giving to Whoopi, Sunny, and Joy. Rent-free, I'm occupying. Rosie is lying if she says I'm not in her head. Break free, they simply can't do it. When you get down to it, they have TDS real bad. Hatred, just watch it as it spreads, because inside their heads I live.
we are launch strikes in Mexico to stop drugs?
Come on.
It's okay with me. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. How, how,
NCTC has been crunching the numbers and going through the sheer volume of known and suspected terrorists that are in the country that came in under the Biden administration. So far, NCTC has identified around 18,000 known and suspected terrorists that the Biden administration let come into our country. These are individuals who, under normal circumstances, would never be allowed to enter our country because of their ties to jihadi groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, they allowed these people to come in. It was a treasonous act, a treasonous destructive act that resulted in the death of hundreds of thousands of people, the trafficking of hundreds of thousands of people. It is something that will have to be answered for. Alejandro Mayorkas will have to face a military tribunal. There have to be people paying for what they did because they tried to destroy America. They allowed an invasion of an army without necessarily guns or tanks, but they did bring in an army to overthrow our country. That's what they did. This is how bloody serious it is. That's all there is to it. Here is Eric Schmidt. Yesterday, I played this Eric Schmidt, senator from the state of Missouri, and one of these reporters, just to have the audacity to say to a senator that the drug boats off the shores of Venezuela filled with drugs, 1,000 horsepower, 15 horsepower boats with 4 outboard motors loaded with bales of cocaine and fentanyl. Very clear, investigated by the Defense Department. They have all sorts of intel. There's no doubt about this all. And this woman decides to ask Eric Schmidt about blowing up fishing boats. If Donald Trump just wants to blow up fishing boats, why doesn't he blow the crap out of fishing boats everywhere? Why doesn't he blow the fishing boats off the coast of California? If he's after fishing boats, why doesn't he go fishing boats off the coast of Mexico? Why the heck not? Why doesn't he just blow up fishing boats? Because he's not blowing up fishing boats.
You can seize an oil tanker without killing anyone. Shouldn't that have been the way that these fishing boats were also stopped?
Fishing boats? What is a fishing boat?
Well,
the drug runners?
The drug runners.
Those aren't fishing boats.
Yeah, but
those aren't fishing boats.
If you can seize a vessel without
turbocharged. Okay. Well, let's talk about Article 2 authority. The president, as the commander-in-chief, has identified and designated terrorist organizations who are cartels who run drugs that kill 100,000 Americans a year.
They do, yeah.
So there's no legal question that he has the legal ability to blow those boats out of the water. Yeah. And they will continue.
You know who said that he has the legal authority to do that? Joe Biden in 1989.
For the first time, we are fighting and losing a war on our own soil. Let's go after the drug lords where they live with an international strike force. There must be no safe haven for these narco-terrorists.
What? Hold on.
They must know it.
They just said that narco-terrorists don't exist the other day. They just said that narco-terrorists don't exist. It's Joe Biden 36 years ago saying that there were narco-terrorists. I'm sure he's forgotten it by now. And here's a little montage of the media pushing and nobody believes this. Nobody believes the fishing boat narrative. Nobody believes it. I can't believe they think you're this stupid. The media thinks you are going to buy that Donald Trump is blowing up fishing boats. Have you ever seen a fishing boat skip along the surface of the ocean at 65 miles an hour with 4 outboard motors? What the hell are you trying to find? What are you going to fish with that vehicle, with the big bales of cocaine in the middle of the boat, right out there in the open?
The AI apocalypse is here now, and we need a government that actually worries about that. And blowing up fishing boats.
Oh, my God.
And building marine.
He also said, listen to me, Joe Biden's brain is perfect. It's the best he's ever been.
Gwinnett-style ballrooms.
Strikes on fishing boats. Or what look like fishing boats.
And now
No, they don't look like fishing boats.
The Trump administration is saying that they care so much about stopping drugs from coming into the country that they're going to bomb the guys on a fishing boat.
Clearly, you see on the news, bombing fishing boats in the Caribbean, saying they're drug cartels. Things like that, where it's like, well, are things careening a little bit off here? Do we need checks and balances?
Now they're just saying it's a war crime. They moved on. Now it's fishing boats. What did I tell you? The next thing, ba-dum, 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 cheap, ba-dum, 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 cheap. There you go. Next thing, it's fishing boats. It is truly absurd to go to that and now say they're fishing boats. I mean, it is like, you've got to be kidding me, stupid. That suddenly, oh yeah, it's not, maybe they're delivering drugs because they have to. Because they can't make a living. There aren't any opportunities for them, so they got to deliver the drugs. Now they're just going with the fishing boat. Oh my God. These people are so stupid. Here is why they're bombing the snot out of the boats, in case you didn't know.
56,000 U.S. service members were killed during the Vietnam War. Our combat role there lasted about 8 years. Twice as many Americans are killed by fentanyl or cocaine that comes from places like Venezuela in just 1 year alone. And yet we see Democrats in the media defending narco-terrorists the same way they defend those who are committing violent crimes, who are in the country illegally, from being deported. So just listen to the words of the next mayor of next mayor of New York, or the mayor of Chicago current, or the mayor of Los Angeles, Minneapolis, or the governor of California for that matter. They're defending all these folks, not realizing just how foolish and how pathetic they look in doing so.
Yes, one of the myriad reasons the Democrats are not going to win back either House of Congress in the midterms. Jim Gossett.
Excess winning, he is thinning out the drug dealing trade. In the air, bombs are dropping on drug boats.
It's so nice.
Venezuelans, they are failing to get fentanyl through. And in most every ocean, you'll hear,
it's raining men. There's one right there.
Exploding boats.
Exploding boats.
Exploding boats.
Exploding boats.
Taking out all their drug shipments.
They're fishing!
Maduro sad.
Wah, wah, wah.
Been hurt bad.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Soon he will be overthrown.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bombing boats.
Bombing boats.
They're drug boats.
Not fishing boats.
More will be blown up today.
And we're also taking tankers. Donald Trump willing to seize more oil tankers off the coast of Venezuela as the Trump attempt, I guess, to clean up this hemisphere of drug traffickers and terrorists and whatnot continues. KT McFarland had some brilliant thoughts on his the chess game that he is playing, and it is actually brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. We'll have details on that coming up here very shortly on the show. Mary Walter joins us next. She's got a host of things to talk about. I've got a host of things to share with her. I promise you, it will be entertaining and informative, as it always is on this glorious Friday. You are listening to The Rob Carson Show. Back in a few. Hey guys, it's Carson. Normally I wake up at 2:30, 3:30, 4:30 in the morning. A couple of months ago, I was awakened by something unusual for a change. The sunrise. I discovered Beam's Dream Powder. I'm telling you guys, it's miraculous. At night, I have a little shake. I use a banana, some ice, some vanilla yogurt, a little bit of milk, and my Beam's Dream Powder. Chocolate brownie flavor. It's really good, by the way. And it makes you sleep beautifully. Beam is a company founded in America, run by people who share our values, hard work, integrity, and they deliver results. Beam's Dream Powder is a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients shown to improve sleep. It's made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients, reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. So if you've been waiting for the right time to try Dream, this is it. Go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax. That's shopbeam.com/Newsmax. Take advantage of my exclusive offer for up to 40% off. So with my discount code Newsmax, you can get their best-selling Dream Powder for just $39. That's $1.25 per night. So go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax today. That's shopbeam.com/Newsmax today.
with talent on loan from God. And have my brain tied behind my back, to be fair.
You were the sunshine of our life, Rush. That's why we'll miss you oh so much.
You know, I'm the mayor of Realville here.
You cut down liberals like a knife, Rush.
El Rushball.
Forever you'll be number one.
I am Rush Limbaugh, household name.
America needed a hero
in all four corners of the world.
And then you came to our rescue.
The Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies.
Competition, you had zero. How could so much talent be inside of you?
And don't doubt it.
You were the sunshine of our life, Rush. That's why we listened every day.
That's it. It's not much more complicated than that.
You helped us get through all the strife, Rush. No one will ever take your place, because Rush was the sunshine of our life, of our life, of our life.
Meeting and surpassing all audience expectations every day behind this golden EIB microphone.
On street protesters we've had our fill, but Randy Fine has a bill, says move them on over, run them all over. Run over protesters blocking all our roads. The Thump Thump bill is what it's called. I'm sure the left will be appalled, but move them on over. Run them all over. Step on the gas if they won't step aside. Sure, it might leave a dent, but make them a hood ornament. Run them all over. Thump them all over. If they block our streets, they'll get what they deserve.
Merry Christmas, darling. We're apart, that's true. But I can dream and
so insecure in my masculinity that I can't say I love the Carpenters Christmas. Thank you very much.
Holidays,
I really love the Christmas. I really do. Yeah. And I'm using the Merry Christmas because Mary Walter joins us on the Newsmax hotline. Hello and Merry Christmas to you.
Well, thank you. Two things. Number one, are you going to be that host who doesn't work during Christmas but does all the good Christmas topics beforehand? So the poor schlub, namely me, who does have to work over Christmas, has zero Christmas topics to do because you did them all already? Is that what's happening here?
Of course. Duh.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.
Duh.
I appreciate you making my job easier. Thank you for that.
My worst...
If you want to do Christmas topics so badly, you should work during the holiday.
Well, no, I did that. I've done it. I know you've done it for many years. My worst day, which was my best day, but my worst day filling in as a talk show host on the Christmas break was 4 radio stations, 3-hour shows, 12 hours on the air, one day.
Yeah, been there, done that, not doing it anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's.
I'm not doing it. I was just like, nope, sorry, booked. I'm only doing 2. I'm only doing 6 hours this year between.
There you go. There you go.
Christmas and New Year's. And by the way, only in I noticed in the D.C. area, they can't tell the difference between Mary and Mary or Harry and Harry. They can't tell the difference. It's the weirdest thing. They're like, don't you hear a difference? They're like, no.
It's one of those things, that if you're a Marylander, there's a town called Olney. And if you're from Maryland, it's Olney. But if you're not from Maryland, it's Olney. There you go.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's weird.
And if you're from Missouri and you're down south, it's Missouri. And if you're from Missouri and it's northern Kansas City, it's Missouri. So there you go.
Missouri?
Yes. Well, let's talk. Let's talk about stuff.
Shall we?
Okay. I know you have some things you want to share. What you got a holiday party, a Christmas party you're going to today?
Yeah, it's just good night. It's my husband's. Because who's going to invite me to a party? So, I don't work for anybody. So it's my husband, and nobody does them anymore. Nobody does the parties anymore.
Yeah.
And so he has one tonight, and we're debating whether we want to go or not because it doesn't start till 8:00.
8:00.
I know, 8:00. Who the hell does that anymore, right? But this is what happens, right? I'm like 8:00, and he's like, "Well, maybe it's not dinner." I'm like, "Of course it's dinner. You're going to be eating dinner at 10, and I got news for you. I'm out the door at 10. This is not happening.
Yeah.
I can't anymore." But we're apparently trendsetters, and so I'm going to put you on speaker just to pull up statistics. All right?
Okay, go ahead.
Give me a second here. Okay, so the new hot booking time in restaurants across the country. 5 to 6 p.m. is now the first sold-out time.
Really?
Younger people in New York City, 5 p.m. bookings rose 20% according to OpenTable.
Wow. Well,
53%. Wait, hold on. 53% of Gen Z, 51% of millennials are especially interested in earlier dining seating. 5:30 is now the new 8 p.m.
Wow, that is hilarious. Well, for instance, I went to a restaurant here in Alexandria, if you're a week out at some of these restaurants, the 5:30 is gone, 7 is gone, but anything after 7:30 is open.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody's going out late. Now, there's 2 reasons for this, I think. Which is weird because it's the younger people, because that was always the early bird, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the younger people who are doing it. But I think there's 2 reasons. One of the reasons for it is that nobody wants to get mugged or stabbed on their way home. So they figure if I do it right after work, I have less of a chance of fentanyl junkie, the crazy person stabbing me in the head.
There's that.
So I think that's part of it is safety. And I think the other part of it is with people working from home, they're just like, I'll just go out at 5. Because if you're home, you're not going out at 8:00 at night. Nobody wants to do that anymore.
Well, and also you've got a massive big screen television on home and an endless library of streamable shows and movies. I mean, honestly, really, home is a pretty damn cool place to be.
Well, especially with a disco ball and green lights on your stairs.
I don't have a disco ball. It's coming. It's been delayed.
Exactly. Okay, Austin Powers. I have a question for you, though. You've been in Alexandria for how long now?
5 months.
Not a year.
5 months.
No, 5 months. How many restaurants have banned you?
Let's see. There's oddly enough, none. I know it, but one of us has gone out of business. My favorite restaurant went out of business. I didn't think they were going to last long because they don't fill the seats. But anyway, I was kind of disappointed at that. You also mentioned another story, which I think is kind of actually it's obvious. Drones threaten prison security by delivering contraband.
Yeah, okay, so they get drones. These things are huge. And what they're doing is they pay off thousands of dollars to homeowners around the prison.
Yes.
It's happening in Georgia. And they pay them a couple $1,000s to launch these huge drones. And they're dropping off things in prison yards like bolt cutters, wire cutters, chainsaws, contraband, stakes, food, all this stuff, drugs.
Well, there are, I got to tell you, there are a lot more unpleasant ways to sneak contraband into prison there, Mary.
Well, that's very true. I guess it all depends on the smuggler and their particular preferences. Smuggly, I'm like, I'm not touching that.
I don't need the cupcakes so much. I'm okay.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So they're having a hard time, but they're arresting all these people. Like hundreds of people have been arrested in connection with this stuff.
Wow.
Right? And I'm like, why do you even bother? Why did the guards have guns? Shoot it out of the sky and you're done.
You would think that would be the best thing to do, but the drone technology is remarkable. You can do anything with a drone. You might even be able to fly a big enough drone in there. You can just grab the bottom of it and haul you right out of jail.
Well, no, they're shutting down. See, this is the thing.
Yeah.
The negative aspect to this is they're not allowing the prisoners out in the yard now.
Oh, geez. And then they can probably put nets and stuff up there, I suppose. I spoke to somebody the other day, I think it was Blaine Holt, and he talked about drones and how terrifying drones are as a new way to act of warfare. You can kill the president, whatever.
Yeah.
And he says we are way ahead of it as far as countermeasures are concerned. And he wasn't concerned about it, but clearly prison yards are still a concern.
Listen, I live in New Jersey where we had the big drone thing going on under Biden.
Yes.
They were everywhere, and then, of course, people are shooting at them and everything else is going on, and that's what happens. You get an armed populace, and they're like, yeah, there's bombs that are, drones that are dropping bombs and stuff like that. You're going to have people shooting all over the place trying to get them.
Oh, you would never have a drone fly over southern Missouri or Arkansas. They would shoot that sucker down right.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, right. There'd be people out there with guns you've never even imagined that a person could own. Take it down.
100%.
Take it down, drones.
And probably more ammunition than the government has.
Yes. Now, I've got a couple things I want to present to you on the other side of the break that I think you're going to enjoy. Also, I want your thoughts of best Christmas album and your favorite Christmas song.
Why are you doing all the Christmas? No, I'm not participating in a Christmas topic.
Then I'll make it up. Then I will make it up. I will make it up.
You know what?
I will make it up.
No,
I will say your favorite Christmas song is something that sucks, and I will say it every day next week.
I am not enabling you to take all the Christmas topics because you're too damn lazy to work through Christmas. That's selfish and mean, and I'm not doing it.
Let's take a break and come back. Why do I have this woman on the air? Why do I? Oh, yeah, I suppose.
You love me.
Let's take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show. There's a lot of politicians that should be getting coal in their stockings for Christmas, but Birch Gold thinks, as a smart planner, you deserve silver. Yeah, silver and gold. I'm going to bump back to something. For every $5,000 you purchase between now and December 22nd, Birch Gold will send you an ounce of silver. your most heartwarming Christmas memory. We'll open the phones on that. But in the meantime, this is from Jim Gossett about Joy Reid, who says that Jingle Bells is racist. Thought you should know.
Joy Reid says this song,
Al Sharpton,
racist as can be.
Jim Gossett,
but she's usually wrong.
What the hell?
Race baiter just like me.
Her name's Joy.
Makes outrageous claims without any proof. Every time she hears this song, Joy Reid hits the roof. Oh, jingle bells, it's a racist tune. Bing Crosby's White Christmas, we will call out soon. Jingle bells, Joy Reid telling you. If you like to sing this song, you're a racist too. Jingle bells, racist all the way.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, what fun it is to slam white folks every day.
There you go. That is Joy Reid. She's got one card, and it's a race card. And here she goes again saying that Jingle Bells is racist. Mary Walter. Obviously, everybody's heard about this story.
Well, I mean, it's what, Friday? Joy Reid's still a racist. By the way, so you're doing Christmas songs, Christmas memories, Christmas movies. You're leaving me literally nothing to do during the week of Christmas, right?
I was playing with you on the topic next hour. I would not do that topic on my talk show.
Oh, because it's not good enough. Is that what it is?
Girl, I've done every talk. I've done every kind of talk radio. I've done every kind of show topic. I've done music radio, playing Christmas music the day after Halloween. I have done every damn thing you could ever imagine, girl. I've done every topic ever.
So can I ask you a question? Why did you? I didn't even bother finding out why Joy Reid says it's racist, because it's stupid.
Well, hold on, let me find it, because it's really stupid. So it was written by a guy who was
racist.
He was written by a guy who was a Confederate, and also here it is. Joy Reid. She said that there's alleges the lyrics "laughing all the way" in the song likely is a reference to a racist comedic routine of the day known as "laughing darky."
People laughing in a sleigh in the snow.
Laughing darky? What the hell is that?
Goes back to that?
I swear to God. Published the song in 1859 and changed its name to the familiar Jingle Bells. Before that, it was Laughing Darky, I think was the name of the song. It's before the Civil War, and the video claims that he abandoned his family to join the Confederate Army, and he wrote Southern fight songs to rouse men defending slavery. God, will you just lighten the hell up?
You know what, though? She's so irrelevant.
I know she is.
She's so desperate for attention.
This is why she does it, right? Do you suppose? I mean, because
because we're talking about her.
Yeah, she intentionally tries to look like a fool to get attention. I do it accidentally.
Well, I think you do put some effort into it, I have to say.
Somebody said
against advice to the contrary, you still put the lit lights up the spiral stairs to where the magic happens. I mean, you might as well just put a sign that says "ladies" with an arrow pointing up the stairs. You know?
Well, I'm working on that. It's coming. It's from the Neon Sign Company. You can't make neon signs like that, like Rob's Love Lounge upstairs. That's coming. You can't just make that in a day. All right. So anyway.
You know what's frightening? I don't know if you're kidding or not.
You know what? Somebody said on the Rumble chat today, she always gives Rob the smackdown. I think he's a masochist. And I said, no. I said, one of the rules of comedy, sometimes the lead has to take the hit. That's just the way it works.
It's our relationship.
Yes, you got to get a little yin and yang. So here's the thing. New Zealand police said Friday they finally recovered a James Bond-inspired Fabergé pendant 6 days after a man who stole it swallowed it. So they obviously had to wait 6 days.
Ew.
I'll bet it was clean as hell.
How big was this pendant? Because I got to think like it would hurt, right?
Well, I mean, some people are into that. It was a chain of jewels with a big egg on the end of it, $33,000, and. I understand that when things come out of your digestive system, they're quite clean. They literally, your digestive system with all the acid and everything really cleans up jewelry and stuff. I swallowed a quarter in college. I never recovered it, but I bet it was shiny.
Why did you swallow a quarter in college?
Because we were playing quarters. You remember the pointless Gen X drinking games? Remember the pointless Gen X drinking games that didn't involve anything but the skill of being able to bounce a quarter off a table into a glass, and if you did, you had to make somebody else drink? You never played quarters?
Yeah, but see, our version of quarters didn't require you to swallow the quarter.
Well, I accidentally swallowed the quarter. Because you're slamming the beer. You're drinking it really fast. It just happens. So anyway.
All right.
What other drinking? They do beer pong now. Beer pong. I just hate beer pong. I don't drink anymore
beer
either.
Pong forever.
Here's one for you. Swiss man jailed after saying men's and women's skeletons are different.
Oh, I got in a fight with somebody on X about that.
What? How did you get in a fight?
Because I don't try. They just, they're so emotional. And I was very nice about it. It was a younger person who was like, I don't care what anybody says. I'll always be a girl. And I said, look, you do you. I don't care. Like, you do you. You don't. It doesn't change my world at all. However, 1,000 years from now, if archaeologists dig up your corpse, despite it being in a dress, they're going to know based on your skeleton that you're a dude. And from the DNA they extract from your bones, you're a dude. Because she got in a fight with a friend. And my friend, I'm not talking to him anymore. It's a young kid. And I was just like, just because your friend disagrees with you and was telling you a biological truth, maybe that's a good friend, and maybe you shouldn't get rid of that friend. Like, maybe you should make amends with that friend, because that friend had the guts to stand up and tell you the truth.
Well, and obviously, the difference between a men and women's skeleton is the bone in the women's skull is a lot thicker.
Spoken like a true newly divorced man.
Nice comeback, by the way. Thank you. You only hurt the ones you love. Nice. A little too soon on that one.
Oh, you parade around your divorce like it's a banner, for Lord's sake.
I don't like it, by the way. I do not like it. I did not want to do it. And I'm going to do everything I can to make her regret it that she did, because I'm pretty friggin' awesome. And then I'm doing everything that I can to make her not regret it, like putting LED lights on my spiral staircase.
Yeah, I was going to say, you beat me to it. And I was going to say, when you were telling me, I'm going to do everything to make her regret it, I'm like, and you're handling it maturely. You keep going.
All right, we got to go. Tell everybody where they can hear your show and see your stuff.
All right, so I'm on Newsmax a lot, Newsmax TV. Just follow me on X, Mary Walter Radio, and I always post when I will be on. And then, of course, my podcast is on Tuesday evenings, 7 p.m. Eastern, 7:15 Eastern Time. It is live cast where you can ask questions and participate on Rumble, YouTube, and Getter. Look for Mary Walter Radio, and then audio is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Spreaker.
I will send you a photo of the neon sign when it gets here. Let's take a break and come back. This is the Rob Carson Show.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required. Purchase message and data rates.
All right, I got to talk straight.
Man.
She's just funny. See, one of the things you have to realize about comedy, like Johnny Carson, if you watch Johnny Carson, or any comedian, occasionally the host, the main guy, has to be the butt of the joke. Occasionally, he has to become, goofy's got to happen to him. David Letterman did that. He would, have an animal attack him and terrify him on set, or just something goofy like that. Occasionally, the main host has to be brought down to. It's comedy. It's just what it is, and I like it when she does it. To be quite honest, because I expect it. I want it actually, because it's always funny. It's all, like her comeback at the end of the thing there, where I said, she says, that's why you're divorced. Boom, boom, boom. Really good. Anyway. Yeah, could you believe this? This whole Joy Reid thing. My God, woman, get a freaking life. Over on Gen X America, hello. This is great. Don't Stop the Great Parody Songs. Dude, I wrote all of Rush's stuff, and then I stopped working with Jim Gossett, or with Paul Shanklin. And so, yeah, it's my comedy, and I work with a great guy. Normally, I don't. I have never let anybody write any material for my show, and I don't claim it as mine. Jim Gossett's comedy, we collaborate on stuff, and I come up with ideas. Like, I've got one here that I came up with. About Ilhan Omar marrying her brother. I came up with the idea and I gave it to him. But normally I don't have somebody else, I don't run other people's comedy. But Jim, we have a great relationship, and so I give him credit, give him props, and all of that. So Gen X America, that's a great name. I'm a Gen Xer, by the way. Oh, I got to talk. Here we go. Hold on. Okay. I got to get to this. Because Donald Trump is blowing up in drug boats and taking out tankers. And why is he doing that? KT McFarland.
It's so brilliant. Okay, so what Trump is doing is seizing the tankers. And there's plenty of international precedent for seizing sanctioned boats. Yep. So we've had the sanctions. Nobody's enforced them. Trump's enforcing them. If you look at the numbers, Venezuela makes maybe $200 million a week on selling oil that it's not allowed to sell.
Listen to this.
It also has expenses of about $200 million a week that pay for the military and everything else and everything else. It only has a reserve fund of about $1 billion. So if Trump takes away that $200 million a week, Venezuela pretty soon runs out of money. I mean, really soon runs out of money. And that's the money that Maduro uses to pay the military, to pay off all the bad guys, to keep himself in power. So that's why when Trump says, oh, I think Maduro's days are numbered, I think he's counting off the days until Maduro runs out of money.
Well, he can't stay. I mean, if Maduro is still in power, say 6 months down the road, that's a defeat for the United States.
Completely.
A defeat for Trump. Can't have that.
No, and I think what Trump's trying to do is not just with Maduro, but his entire South American policy. And the new national security strategy he just issued. He envisions a Western hemisphere that's U.S.-led, that is at peace, that invests in each other, that trades with each other, and is a shining symbol to the world of how democracy and American leadership work.
Colombia? Next country?
Well, Colombia's a little different because Colombia is the drug trade. So what Trump is also doing, and what he's doing with Venezuela when he's shooting those drug boats out of the water, is he's also going after their cartels, and he's stopping the drug trade.
You know, we've talked forever about the war on drugs and the war on drugs and the war on drugs failing. And we've even almost talked about, giving up on the war on drugs, give up on the war on drugs. You know why? Because nobody did a damned thing about it. No president did a damned thing about it, but run PSAs. This is your brain on drugs, don't do drugs, and allowed them to come in. And then Joe Biden said, screw it, bring in as much as you want, kill as many Americans as you can. We don't even care. Donald Trump is the first president to take the war on drugs seriously and do it and cut off 92 to 96% of the drugs coming into America off our coast has already been shut down, and he's about to shut down Colombia too. Unbelievable. It's nice to have a president who doesn't have pudding for brains. Let's take a break and come back. Last hour of the Rob Carson Show is right ahead. I wouldn't miss it.
No blind rhetoric.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think. Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax. Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think. They let me decide.
Real news for real people.
rolling now.
You are about to hear the most interesting, informative, thought-provoking, and funny show in America. On air and on the World Wide Web. This is the Rob Carson Show.
This is the Rob Carson Show, hour number 3, and we are on radio stations around the country, also streaming on all Newsmax social media, including YouTube and Rumble and X and Facebook and Instagram and all that. So there you go. Check it out. Share with others if you would. This weekend, Rob Carson's What in the World is my TV comedy show. It is on Sunday nights after Dr. Michael Savage, exactly where you'd expect a comedy show to be. But anyway, this weekend show is really good. You know, it's hard to be funny when you're going through stuff, you know. But the show must go on. The last year has been a Charlie Foxtrot. I'll just put it that way. And so I've got my mojo. I've got my mojo back, and it's really, really good. Really, really good. Rob Carson's What in the World. If you get a Newsmax Plus membership, you can see the archive, including the old shows when I was super fat. Super fat. Woo! Yeah. And they still hired me. Unbelievable. So, Sunday nights there. Yeah. Federal immigration teams in New Orleans this week arrested dozens of criminal aliens accused of violent predatory crimes, including rapists, thieves, human smugglers, domestic abusers, and child endangerers, the ones that Democrats love. They do. And this Democrat Party is so foul, filthy, rotten, evil, corrupt that they didn't do anything about this while Joe Biden was the president. They just let him in wholesale, and people got to pay for this. People got to pay for this. So anyway, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, said the operation part of a nationwide push to dismantle sanctuary protections and remove the worst of the worst. And then when they get removed the worst of the worst, they're going to remove people who came here the last 4 years illegally. Sorry, that's just not how we do it here. Bye. You can leave and come back. If you leave voluntarily, they give you $1,000, and you can reapply and come back. Now, I'm all about streamlining the immigration process and bringing in the best of the best, and that's what we're going to have to do. One of the things they're going to do right now is they're going to make you show 5 years of your social media history. In Somalia, they don't have interweb, so that might be a problem. So they just won't be allowed to come in anymore. There you go. Anyway, so DHS officials provided details of the types of crimes that have been, they're serving arrests for, including Jorge Vieira Serrano, aggravated battery traffic. I'm not going to go on a laundry list of this. They're going after him. Here we go. And Greg Bovino with the Border Patrol. He says that people in New Orleans just love him.
Yeah, absolutely, Sean. The threat does continue to rise. The amount of death threats or doxing or other types of threats against...
Yeah, that bleep's going to end this year, too. Going to have to start busting some chops.
Our agents does continue to rise. Now, Sean, there is a bright spot. As you know, we're here operating in Operation Catahoula Crunch here.
Catahoula Crunch. Doesn't that sound like an ice cream flavor? Every time I hear Catahoula Crunch, I'm like, God dang it, that sounds good. I wonder if it's got like toffee in it, maybe some peanuts and stuff.
In Louisiana, in the New Orleans area, we've got a fantastic governor, Governor Landry, as well as some good police chiefs here. Keith Connolly of Kenner PD and Colonel Hodges of the Louisiana State Police.
Love it.
And what we're seeing here in Louisiana is the exact opposite of what we saw in Chicago or Charlotte.
Because the attacks on ICE and the negativity and all of the caterwauling and the protests and all that is bought and paid for by the Democrat Party and its sycophants like George Soros, because they want to keep illegals there. Because people are leaving the Democrat-run states to go to Republican states, and they need to fill up their coffers, their population coffers, with third world dependents that they can ladle on all sorts of government largesse, and they will vote slavishly Democrat. There's no debating that. There's no debating that at all. It's settled science, if you want to call it that.
We haven't had one use of force against a violent protester or a mob, and also we've not had a Border Patrol agent assaulted for the entire time that we've been here in Louisiana. We've been here almost 2 weeks now. Yeah. No vehicle rammings, no shots fired against Border Patrol agents, no physical assaults. You have to attribute that to the fantastic support of Governor Landry, and again, those police chiefs and law enforcement, and also the community.
Yeah, there you go. And another reason why the Democrats are not going to win both houses of Congress in November, because they're offering you no reason to vote for them. other than it's midterms and they hate Donald Trump. But you see, they're going to clean up the voter rolls. They're kicking out all these illegals who would otherwise vote. 9 million of them got Social Security cards and the ability to vote. And in Democrat states, like California, they don't investigate voter fraud. They don't investigate it at all. They allow it. They do it for a reason, honestly. And then, of course, we have the issue of people coming into the United States, and it's really gotten bad, really, really, really bad. People who do not come here to assimilate into the culture become American. And it is really, I mean, now, I'm glad this is happening. I'm glad in Minnesota happened. I want to see people go to jail. But I'm glad that we know now. People, the immigration to our country has become not about coming to America, living the American dream, building your own future, doing what you have to get where you need to be. It's about coming here from a third world crap hole and taking advantage of a giving and kind of benevolent people because you're from a crap hole. Yeah. This is Representative Andy Ogles talking about how this has changed, how immigration went from Ellis Island to the joke that it is now.
In 1965, we passed the Hart-Celler Act. Since that time, we've seen chain migration on a scale that, quite frankly, I'm not sure even the progressive liberal authors of that bill could have possibly imagined. In that amount of time, we've seen 60 million migrants come into this country, most of which, 90% from third world countries.
Yeah.
There are roughly 300,000 Afghans in America, 200,000 of which came under Biden. Approximately 45% of Afghans are on U.S. food stamps. It's Minneapolis, here in the homeland.
Listen to this.
Violent crime in Cedar Riverside, a Somali hub, rose 56%, 2010 to 2018. Dearborn.
They're just living the American dream.
Michigan, crime 105% above the national average. Hamtramck, outside of Detroit, 92% of assaults by Muslim immigrants.
Yeah.
Drug arrests, 85% Muslim immigrants. Now let's go to Nashville, Tennessee, where a Somali man, a migrant who came in 2015, raped to death a woman on the steps of a church. I've had enough. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Deport them all. This is our country. We get to decide who comes in, and we get to decide who has to leave.
Yeah, there you go. Michael Kaplan wrote this piece for CBS. Luxury cars, private villas, overseas wine transfers. CBS obtained dozens of files and photos showing Minnesota's fraudsters blew through hundreds of millions of dollars. Many of the Somali, mostly Somalis, by the way, took taxpayer money meant to feed hungry children, used it to buy cars, property, jewelry, videos of them popping champagne in the Maldives. In a text message, one defendant said, "You are going to be the richest 25-year-old, Allah willing." There was confirmation emails for a stay in the overwater villa with private pool at Radisson Blue Resort Maldives. Lakefront property in Minnesota. Receipts show wire transfers to China and East Africa. First-class tickets to Istanbul and whatnot. Stacks of cash between defendants. At a sentencing, 24-year-old U.S. District Judge Nancy Brussel said, "Where others saw a crisis, you rushed in, you saw money, and you stole." He has been sentenced to 10 years in prison, ordered to pay $48 million back. House Republicans just launched a probe into Minnesota Democrat Governor Tim Volz's handling of the cases, and the Treasury Department said it will investigate whether money made its way to Al-Qaeda. There you go, among other things, by the way. And Joni Ernst says, this is just the beginning, and this is what I'm telling you. We are now discovering that the United States is more, I used to say it was as corrupt as the Soviet Union. But the Soviet Union didn't have $6.5 trillion annually to steal. We're worse. We actually are worse.
I'm talking about bureaucrats approving PPP loans for applicants who used pictures of dolls for IDs.
Wow.
Imagine giving Barbie or Ken a taxpayer-funded loan. Not only that, but they also believe folks claiming to be over 115 years old were alive and well enough to be approved for 3,095 PPP and EIDL loans worth
13 million enrollees on Obamacare either are fraudulent or do not receive any benefits, but we pay their premiums to the tune of billions of dollars, and insurance companies get filthy, stinking rich, and they know it. They know it.
$33 million, including $36,000 to a 157-year-old.
Yeah.
Millions of your tax dollars were wasted through USAID to fund Iraqi Sesame Street. In fiscal year 2024, federal agencies shoveled...
Now, this is the last year of the Biden administration.
...out $162 billion in improper payments. $79 billion in potential COVID fraud could have been prevented if 4 basic questions were asked.
What are those?
Is the applicant's social security number valid?
Gotcha.
If valid, does the name connected to that number match the name on the application? Does the birthday match? And lastly, is the individual alive?
You know, I believe you have to answer all 4 of those questions when you buy a cell phone. I could be wrong. No, I'm right. I'm right, absolutely. It is so, our government is so profoundly mother bleeping corrupt. It is thoroughly, I told you this, that this country would have to have a colonoscopy, its first colonoscopy in 250 years. If we were going to survive another 250 years, we would have to do a baptism by fire of the filth, corruption, rot, evil of this government, and we're just beginning. We're just beginning. But there has to be hell to pay. People are going to have to go to jail. I mean, en masse, hundreds, maybe thousands of people will have to go to jail for what they've done in the government, outside the government, in different recipients of this large yes, including, I would venture to say, big pharma and big insurance and big defense, all of it. There has to be a baptism by fire. Let's take a break and come back. This is The Rob Carson Show.
The Democrats shut down and them all leaving town will be a gift to me. I see it as a firing opportunity. Let the layoffs begin. America will win. Just you wait and see. The Democrats just gave me an opportunity. Now I have a chance, along with J.D. Vance, to make us more waste-free. A federal budget cutting opportunity. The budget I'll reduce when thousands are cut loose. Less bureaucracy. I will make this another opportunity. This is a big time opportunity. I am sending troops to Memphis, Tennessee, 'cause it looks like Memphis could use some help from me. The mayor has done nothing to put criminals away. Memphis needs our help, and they need it there today. The city's run by Democrats who defunded police. They can't do their jobs or maintain the peace. I'm sending in the guard. Memphis needs it bad. Their mayor, Paul Young, that guy's really sad. Voted the most dangerous place in the USA. Wouldn't want to live there, wouldn't want to stay. Sending in the guard, that goal, it was mine. Democrats in Memphis, listen to them whine.
3,500 arrests ICE has made so far. How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals.
She's no KJP, more like Kaylee and Sarah. Her first press briefing was strong. She deals in facts, not liberal propaganda. We have been lied to for so long. And raise your hand, be polite, or she won't call on you. Meet Caroline, kicking butt and taking names.
Well, SpongeBob.
Bring joy to the world, it's the thing to do. But the world does not revolve around you. Don't be a jerk. It's Christmas.
I have two Gen Z kids, so we raised on SpongeBob. And the Christmas special is really funny. The first one, it's just goofy, silly fun. I'm not afraid to admit that I can do goofy, silly fun. I want to congratulate Emma Reckenberg from Newsmax. She gave birth to a baby, Veronica Sloan Fitzgerald. That's a cool name, too, by the way, on the 8th. She got married last year. She's from St. Louis, by the way. She does not like Emo's Provel cheese. I forgive her for that. If you're from St. Louis, Emo's Provel is a cheese you can buy at a lot of places in the country. It's this really creamy kind of. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people love it. I love it. I love it. But anyway, congratulations to her. I'm really happy for her. She's a delightful person. She just got married a little over a year ago, and now she got a baby. Now she got a baby. I loved being a father. Oh, man, I was the best dad. I had songs for everything. I had all sorts of stuff, man. I had songs for stuff like Juice Box Hero. There was one thing, juice box. You can be a juice box hero. You know, you wouldn't be. I was the dad. You have no idea. If I was, Jim Carrey would have played me as a dad in a movie about my life, because it was just, I was a toy. I was like a big toy when they were toddlers, and then I did surprise birthday parties, and I mean, it was just, I had so much fun. You know, the best thing. I'll just offer some advice for new parents, if you don't mind. Number one thing you can do. Enjoy them. And it will be gone very quickly. And it gets faster the older they get. High school goes like, middle school, college, and then you're like, oh my God. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's nothing new. I mean, the boomers are saying this, before me, before that, the world's the greatest generation. We're saying that. They all say the same thing. And eventually you're going to say the same thing. You're going to say, oh, look, they grew. You know what they do in Gaza? What the mothers say when their sons go off to fight jihad, they lament. They go, they blow up so quickly. They do it just like that. It's crazy. So Newsmax, I work for Newsmax, and Newsmax is a terrific network, and they don't betray their conservative bona fides, and you get an honesty and a realness with some of the hosts. Greg Kelly is a prime example. I mean, just the way he dissects things and shares them with you on a very personal level, and just there's no one like Greg Kelly. The same goes for Finnerty. The same goes for Schmidt, and Carl Higbie is the deal. Carl Higbie is an American badass. He kicked down doors and killed terrorists. He can bench press 4 plates 15 times. That's like 400 pounds. He deer hunts. I think he actually just wrestles them to the ground himself. He hews his own lumber, cuts his own 8x8s and carries them on his shoulder. My God! And if you're not watching Newsmax, you need to get off. You can peruse Fox. It's cute. They got all the pretty, and all that, and whatever. And I like some of the shows. I like Jesse Water. But Newsmax is just fantastic. Listen to this. I want you to listen to Carl Higbie last night, because as this was happening, people were texting me saying, "You've got to watch Carl. He is on fire." Listen to Carl Higbie holding RINO Republicans rear ends to the fire.
Everyone's, this is the most important election. No, the most important election of our lifetimes from here on out is the next one. Okay? And then the one after that.
Yep.
And then the one after that. And if Republicans don't make these things into law and get this through their head, they're going to lose. And Republicans are going to sit there in the minority scratching their head. I don't understand why we didn't have turnout.
We're not going to let that happen.
Better question is, Mike Johnson, why would we show up to vote? You haven't thrown a single person in jail. There's no accountability for COVID, and New York Dems ran the guy who literally stuffed elderly patients into retirement homes with COVID and killed people. They blocked meds that would have saved lives. They shut down schools. They forced people to get a vaccine against their will, who then got heart conditions and nothing happened. And they lied about it, coming from some dude that it was in he ate a bat in a wet market while Fauci and his cabal were killing beagles and funding the Wuhan coronavirus lab and expected us to believe that it didn't come from a lab in Wuhan named coronavirus. No one in jail for Russiagate, for censorship. Yeah. Not one of the 51 former Intel officials who told us that Hunter Biden's laptop was a Russian plant. It actually does turn out that Hunter Biden was, in fact, smoking crack in bathtubs with hookers. Yeah. You failed to indict Letitia James.
They found freaking cocaine in the White House when he lived there. Dear God.
For like the third time today, because you did it wrong the first time. Still haven't charged Adam Schiff for the same mortgage fraud. Looks like James Comey is probably going to get off scot-free. And the best the Republicans can do is, here's $800 million more for Ukraine.
Yeah.
Why the hell would Republicans be excited to vote if Trump's not on the ballot? You want to keep your majority? Throw 100 people in jail for political corruption.
Boom.
And all the corruption that Doge uncovered. None of those people are in jail. That's like low-hanging fruit.
Yep.
Including everybody involved with the auto pen. Primary, all the 21 state senators in Indiana who just voted with Democrats to oppose congressional redistricting for their own party. They essentially just gave up 2 seats.
Bullcrap.
Abolish the filibuster and just start getting stuff done.
Hell yeah.
Give us nationwide reciprocity.
Yep.
Abolish the income tax.
Yep.
While you're at it, let's deep six the IRS, and then you can sell the building or drone strike it or do whatever you want so nobody can come back to it. And then you can tell the Muslims seeking refugee status to do it in the 56 surrounding Muslim countries that they have rather than here, so we don't have to pay their benefits.
Boom.
You do that, you'll gain seats in the House. We'll have 300-seat majority. People like me will be excited to go out and vote, because we're not right now. Because if you do that stuff, man, Mike, I'm telling you, I will legit run through a wall like the Kool-Aid dude to get to the polls.
And he will.
But if you don't, you'll lose.
Oh, man. Carl Higbie, you are the man. Oh, my goodness. He said it all, didn't he? He came off the top rope with a folding chair. That's what we need to do. Come in off the top rope with a folding chair. Take them down. Send some people to jail. Christian Toto, up next. Higbie just kicks ass. Hey guys, it's Carson. Normally I wake up at 2:30, 3:30, 4:30 in the morning. A couple of months ago, I was awakened by something unusual for a change. The sunrise. I discovered Beam's Dream Powder. I'm telling you guys, it's miraculous. At night, I have a little shake. I use a banana, some ice, some vanilla yogurt, a little bit of milk, and my Beam's Dream Powder. Chocolate brownie flavor. It's really good, by the way. And it makes you sleep beautifully. Beam is a company founded in America, run by people who share our values, hard work, integrity, and they deliver results. Beam's Dream Powder is a healthy nighttime blend packed with science-backed ingredients shown to improve sleep. It's made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients, reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. So if you've been waiting for the right time to try Dream, this is it. Go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax. That's shopbeam.com/Newsmax. Take advantage of my exclusive offer for up to 40% off. So with my discount code Newsmax, you can get their best-selling Dream Powder for just $39. That's $1.25 per night. So go to shopbeam.com/Newsmax today. That's shopbeam.com/Newsmax today. It is the Rob Carson Show. Vince Guaraldi, Christmas, one of my favorite Christmas albums of all time. Right up there with Carpenters. Yeah, the Carpenters. Oh my God, the Carpenters are spectacular. The Carpenters, Merry Christmas, Darling. All of that. Richard and Karen, phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm just in the Christmas spirit. There's no doubting it. I'm here to spread joy and other stuff. Christian Toto, Hollywood Toto, HollywoodandToto.com. How are you on this Friday, sir?
I am well, thank you. I'm getting the Christmas spirit myself. The music pushes me over, that's for sure.
Any album or song that you particularly like? Mannheim Steamroller is big. Their Silent Night is my favorite song, I think, of all time, my favorite Christmas song. And then my favorite kind of silly one is Christmas in Hollis, Run DMC. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Almost anything by Dean Martin, almost anything by Frank Sinatra.
Oh, the classics.
I actually love the classics never go away. And then U2's Baby Please Come Home I like a lot.
Oh,
and I think it's called Wrapping Paper is it the Waitresses?
Oh, yes.
It's a song you know.
Oh, yes.
And the other thing sad about it is that I think the lead singer died very young, but it's a wonderful song. It really is. To me, I can't have Christmas without it. So it's just a plethora of great songs.
Yeah, hold on. Here it is. Let me find it for you. I'll play it. I can play it. I can play it without any issue. Here it is. Hello.
That's it.
Come on, sing. Here we go.
But all this year's been a busy week.
There we go.
Don't think I have the energy to add to my already mad rush just 'cause it's 'tis the season. The perfect gift for me would be completions and...
Yeah, that is a great song, Christian. I forgot about that song.
Yeah, it's got a rock edge to it. It's original, and it's pretty magical.
It's a great song. Let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel. He got a Christmas present. He had another year contract, didn't he?
He did, and we got coal in our stocking. But it's fun to say, he's back. He's going to be fighting the power and speaking truth to power to Trump. But when you have these kind of deals, usually it's not a 1-year deal. Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. They want to lock you down.
Yeah.
So I think this was two things. One, I don't think ABC could fire him at this point. I think it would look too bad with it.
Yeah.
Everyone would freak out. And also, they know they'd love to fire him because I'm sure he's not making them a lot of money.
No.
And they know this is a dying format. So I think this is a treading water contract.
Yeah, rock meet hard place for ABC. I don't know what the future is, to be quite honest, Christian, with regard to late night. I think, appointment television really only works for sports. Right? I mean, really, honestly, I don't sit down to CBS Wednesday night or what used to be, I guess maybe was it ABC Wednesday night with the Muppet Show and Fantasy Island and all that. We have Thursday night was All in the Family, whatever. That's when we gather around the family heart. Well into the 80s, into the 90s, Friends. We watched Friends. My wife and I watched Friends. I was Chandler. She's Monica. Not kidding. Really, we are. So appointment television is going the way of the dodo, and particularly when it comes to being in front of the family hearth at 10:30, 11:30 at night.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of this is not the current host's fault. Like you said, it's just changing culture, changing technology.
Oh, I think it's the host's fault.
I don't absolve them completely.
Yeah,
but I think part of it is that we're just changing as a culture.
Yeah.
Listen, they're hateful. They spread misinformation.
Yep.
They are not funny. They're mean and cruel, and they aggressively chase away a large chunk of the populace.
I know.
That ain't good. None of that's good.
No. We were talking online. I had Mary Walter on my show a little while ago. She's on every Friday. You are as well, and Mary and I have this yin and yang kind of thing where I'm a comedian. I'm a commentator, and she occasionally just knocks me right on my ass. And I said the reason why that is, I said that is a convention of comedy. You have to let the host become the victim every once in a while. Johnny Carson did that. That was what late night used to do. He used to do things like that. Right now, you've just got political operatives spewing nonsense, inviting politicians who nobody would find entertaining otherwise. Who the hell would think that Adam Schiff would be a good guest on late? Are you out of your freaking mind? Adam Schiff is the most repulsive individual. He's a Pez dispenser with that's instead of candy spews nonsense.
It's absurd. Yeah, I completely agree. There are a few select politicians who can be funny, who are funny, that can crack a joke, that can roll with the punches. Ted Cruz has got a surprisingly good sense of humor.
Or John Kennedy. Who wouldn't want John Kennedy on his show? He's hilarious.
He should host late night shows. He shouldn't be just on them. Yeah,
Eric Swalwell. Are you kidding me? They just had Eric Swalwell on, and the guy is a toad. He is a toad. And they had him on like, what? You have forsaken any predisposition that you might find something entertaining here when you invite Eric Swalwell on your show.
It's amazing. They don't see it. They don't care. I mean, listen, it is a propaganda platform. They want to push certain narratives, and the comedy doesn't even come first or second, maybe third. Maybe once in a while they think about a good joke. I don't know. It's not the purpose. And so it's got an audience. I mean, some people like it, but regular folks.
You know what those?
If I was on the left, I wouldn't like it.
But Gutfeld, all right. Now I will watch Gutfeld, and I usually I go to bed early. I work all day. I do show prep, and I'm so tired by 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I'm Midwestern. If you could stay up past 10 o'clock Midwestern, I mean, you're doing something. but I'll watch Gutfeld. I'll wait for that monologue, and though that's different. That's different. I don't wait for the highlights like you do with the late night or SNL. Nobody watches SNL when it's on. But Gutfeld, he's breaking the and that's the way it is with a lot of opinion TV shows on Fox, shows on Newsmax. People 9 o'clock will want to watch Greg Kelly. People at 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock will want to watch Jesse Waters. So that's where appointment television is still working. And Gutfeld is a little bit of both.
Yeah, and what Gutfeld does that's different. Listen, it is a right-leaning show, no doubt about it. You know a lot of the targets.
Oh, yes.
But they often make fun of themselves. They often tease each other.
Yes.
They often challenge each other.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen some odd exchanges between Kat Timpf and Greg Gutfeld.
Oh, yes.
And he's the host of the show, and she will hold him to account when he says something she thinks is wrong, or maybe the joke went too far. There's an energy and a subversive nature to that show.
Yeah, and also they're not. Listen, and a lot of the times, people will get on me about, like when I say I'm a Democrat, I'll say he's a D word for Richard, and we all know what that is. But people will get mad at me for just saying that, and I tell them, that I'm not Rush Limbaugh. I'm a Gen X version of kind of what he did. And Gutfeld, they do that edge, and you'll hear I heard Tyrus use BS the other day, twice. And I'm like, we're adults here. This is an adult show. I had a woman write me the other day, I can't listen to your show with my grandchildren around. And I said, I'm not doing a show for your grandchildren. And that's where Gutfeld, and it's a Gen X millennial kind of vibe. They also attract a lot of Gen Zers, and it's got a little edge to it. And maybe it's time that conservative comedy had a little edge. And it's on the ascension because the left can't be taken seriously, as I said. But on the other side of the break, I want to talk to you about your favorite Christmas movies. And Disney just signed a really big deal with an AI company, which sounds to me like they want to get rid of animators and creative people and replace them, because that's the kind of thing that Disney does. So if we could talk about that next, let's hold on. This is a Christian Toto on the Rob Carson Show. Don't go anywhere.
Fine gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Oh, hold on. I gotta find it. Damn it. Hold on. Oh, here it is.
3, 2, 1.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, and the drunk time.
It's one of my favorite Christmas songs.
An old man said to me,
The Pogues, Fairy Tale of New York.
Won't say another
Oh, this is such a good song.
And then he sang a song.
It's a sad song. The other day I was walking around Alexandria, Virginia, where I live now, and I heard that song. And there's something about that song. It's about memories. It's a good drinking song if you still drink. Christian Toto. That's a good song, isn't it?
Very good song. By the way, I used to live in Alexandria, and I miss Old Town very much.
I'm going to tell you,
one of my favorite spots in the whole world.
It is, and you could eat in a different place every frickin' day of the year. I swear to God. Where did you live, man? How long did you live here and when?
I lived in D.C. for 10 years, in Alexandria, and then Arlington.
It is. It's a remarkable place. It's a historical place. It's filled with commie lefties, but there are a lot of conservatives here. You see a lot of Gadsden flags on pickup trucks around here, and I have enduring faith about all of them. I do. So I want to talk to you about. Disney is investing $1 billion in OpenAI AI, which will bring characters such as Mickey Mouse, Cinderella, and Luke Skywalker to the AI company's Sora video generation tool. This sounds like they want to fire a lot of animators.
Boy, it's a tough subject, man. I'm so conflicted about AI, and I think it's gonna give creators a way to share their stories, even if they don't have the big pocketed companies behind them. I like that, but gosh, I mean, for animators, for artists, for writers, I think it could be devastating. And
I know.
I guess Disney just realizes that they can't. The dam will break at some point.
They're going to have to do something about this AI and with regard to human jobs. I mean, there are some things that AI is going to cure cancer probably within a decade, probably even within 5 years. It's going to cure paralysis. It's going to do amazing stuff, Christian. It is going to. Because AI immediately comes up with a solution. AI and supercomputers, they come up with a solution immediately. There's no computations that take hours or whatever. You type in the situation, and it has the answer. That's just it. That's how it works. It hits you right in the face, and it's going to get more intelligent every year, exponentially intelligent, much more intelligent than we are. And we've got to be able to put some safeguards on it so it doesn't destroy humanity in the meantime, and that includes creative people, artists, for God's sake. Even artists, you can type in beautiful landscape with fruit or whatever. Boom! In the style of Van Gogh. Boom! Right? It's right.
Yeah, I mean, the trick there is that in the style of XY, so you had to have a human creator who kind of made that template. But, I think there's a new McDonald's commercial that was created all with AI, and maybe others in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the next 5 years are going to be very interesting. I think even the companies that may say they want to stop it or may not want to use it, at some point they may not have a choice. It really scares me on so many levels. Yeah. And I agree. I think it's going to have some medical breakthroughs that'll be amazing. But I don't know. We're barely able to process social media as a society and culture. I don't know what we're going to do with AI.
I don't know, but don't let Cyberdyne, go forward anymore. And as soon as it learns, it becomes self-aware. It's over. Hal will not let you in your apartment. I don't know, man.
James Cameron tried to warn us. I mean, he did his best.
So on your site, I see a couple of interesting things. Ella McKay. Tell me about this movie because it looks kind of interesting. And also, you've got another one on there that you call this year's Oscar Bait Sob Fest. Tell me about Ella McKay.
Ella McKay is from James L. Brooks. If you don't know the name, you know his movies, Broadcast News, As It Gets, Terms of Endearment.
Yeah.
He was great for a while, and he's in his 80s now and hasn't made a movie since 2010, I believe. And a lot of critics are hating on this movie. And I have to say, I watched it, and I enjoyed it. It's flawed. It's got some issues for sure. It's about a young woman who's a lieutenant governor. She becomes the governor, but then she's got some skeletons in her closet. It's a James L. Brooks movie, larger than life, a funny dialogue, great cast like Woody Harrelson, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, yes.
It's got some issues for sure, and I guess my fellow critics think there are many more issues than I saw. But I found it engaging and sweet and kind of fun and old-fashioned in a way where you've got good actors, biting into good material and good dialogue. There are some quibbles here and there, but I don't know. I didn't find it distasteful like a lot of my peers.
You got a columnist, Barry Wurst, wrote about Hamnet, this year's Oscar Bait Sob Fest.
I confess I have not seen this yet. I will be watching it soon, but it's about William Shakespeare and his wife. They have a child. The child gets sick. I don't want to get more into it than that, but from every account, it's a very, very, very sad movie.
Ooh.
And it's got Oscar consideration written all over it. It's supposed to be very good.
Okay.
My Barry Wurst is a critic for my site. He didn't like it as much at all. But most critics are on board, and I think it's going to get a lot of nominations. So I just want to let people know it's out there.
I need to get into the theater again. I used to go to a lot of movies with my son because he's a big movie buff, and we'd go. And the last one I went to was Nosferatu last summer. So I need to get to the theater. I came up with a list of my top 10 Christmas movies of all time. Why don't you give me? You don't need to do an entire top 10. But is there a movie you've seen a million times that you just got to see, or the holiday season is not over? Is over?
Yeah, my list is really basic and expected. It's Elf, which I laugh at every time I see it.
God, yes.
It's A Christmas Story, which I've kind of taken a break on, but I want to come back to it.
Yes.
It's the original Miracle on 34th Street, which is just magical. And I think, is it Edmund Gwenn? Do I have that name right? Who plays Hannah?
I'm not sure.
I have to double check. Anyway, he won an Oscar for that. And you watch that movie. I don't have his name at the top of my tongue, but you'll know when you see it. He's terrific in the movie, and the movie's just wonderful. I know it's black and white, it's old school.
Yeah.
It stands up beautifully. Christmas Vacation. If you
oh God, yes.
Or a daddy, if you got a big family, that is your life.
You know those the villages, whatever the ceramic villages people buy. I have the RV and the vacation house lit up. I have that.
That's perfect.
It's fantastic. Here are my 10 to 1. Here we go. Number 10, The Santa Claus. Tim Allen. Number 9 is going to be all the Rankin Bass movies. I'm just going to throw them in there. All the Rankin Bass movies.
Yeah.
8 is Miracle on 34th. Elf is number 7. Die Hard, I'm going to say, is a Christmas movie. I don't care. I'm just saying it is. And it's a perfect movie. It's a perfect movie. You can't make it better. It's perfect. Number 5 is Scrooged. Number 4 is Christmas Vacation. Boom. Number 3, Wonderful Life. You got to go there. Number 2 is A Christmas Story. And my number 1, you know it already, Christmas Carol with George C. Scott, 1984, was made for television. Those are my favies.
That's amazing.
And I did watch it last week, by the way. I did watch it by myself. I feel like Scrooge. I come home, seriously. I come home like the other night. I come home, I put the tomato soup in the microwave. I take my little bowl of tomato soup and sit in my living room by myself. I'm like, oh my God, I'm Ebenezer Scrooge.
But after the conversion.
I've sponged the writing off the stone. Christian Toto, Hollywoodian Toto, real quick, where else can they find your stuff?
Yep, you can go to my podcast. You can find it on YouTube, iTunes, Spreaker, any place you find podcasting, either audio or one of the video. To see my 50-something face, you can go to YouTube and Rumble.
All right, we got to go. I'll talk to you next week. Let's take a break and come back. It's the Rob Carson Show. Sorry, Brian.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
4? Man, my drives have been getting weaker and weaker.
there. My son loves the Santa Claus. Watched Elf with my grands last. I know, it's just so, what? Your grandkids hated Elf, or did you hate Elf? Dookie Bear, if you don't like Elf, there's something wrong with you. That is a great movie. It's a great movie. You are wrong. Pat Carr. Okay, I already talked to you. A little girl, Natalie Wood, popped in my head. That was, well, she's from. She was in Miracle on 34th Street. There you go. Christmas sports, Christmas vacation, Home Alone. Home Alone. I didn't put Home Alone in the list. Home Alone's got to be in there. Home Alone is going to be top 10. It's got to be in there somewhere. It may actually edge out Miracle on 34th Street. You're right. Home Alone. 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 Who's watching on the YouTubeage? I might wear a festive outfit next week. Maybe I'll wear a red blazer or something. I think I might do that instead of just wearing T-shirts every day. I like T-shirts because they're easy. America Marcy, hello. Deplorable Dinosaur, Duckman, what up, Blockbuster? Hope you're having a great weekend. I'm going to see A Christmas Carol. I'm going by myself. I invited someone. She backed out. She had a sciatic nerve emergency. It's a friend. It's a friend. So I'm going to go by myself. I don't care. I don't even care. I'm just going to go by myself. Hell with it. There you go. Home Alone. Home Alone. Come on, Rob. Home Alone. How much time I got? About 2 minutes?
Silent night.
Oh, you dog. My favorite Christmas song ever. Right here. I always remind this song reminds me that Christmas is bittersweet because the Christmases past are past, and I'll never be able to experience the Christmases I had when I was a child. I'll never be able to experience the Christmases again with my mother when she had grandkids, or when my kids would go to her home for Christmas, or my kids would go to my in-laws for Christmas. Those days are gone. They're gone. They're all gone. And so it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. You have to take these things as they go. And, I'm now that guy. I've been that guy. I was the guy who got married, that guy who had kids, that guy who became the cul-de-sac dad, that guy who now has grown kids, that guy whose parents are gone now. And life is bittersweet that way. But I'm preferring to focus on the sweet. That's what I'm going to do. And I made the comment about going home and feeling like Ebenezer Scrooge in my apartment with a bowl of tomato soup in the room by myself. But I don't feel lonely, and I don't feel sad, because I've got too much to be joyful about. And I have you. I mean this. I have you. I know you're there every day. I can see you on the chat, and I know you're there. And you're here with me, and I'm here with you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I am blessed beyond belief. Rush Limbaugh had the EIB network. I have the BBB network. Blessed beyond belief. Give money to the Salvation Army. Never walk by a kettle. If you do, go in and get a little extra money at the register and put it in there. Watch my TV show, Rob Carson's What in the World, on Sunday night. God bless you. America's founded Donald Trump as he makes America greater. And until Monday, do not catch the stew. But I love you guys. God bless you. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Rob, you have a good
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.